Theboxingvoice.com is brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services. El Camino Electric has over 15 years of commercial experience with startup companies, work consisting of design build, clean room fabrications, lithography labs, test labs, special tools, and equipment installs. El Camino Electrical specializes in the install of EVC from the start of the project to the finish. El Camino Electrical Services is an established commercial electrical contractor with the ability and experience to carry out industrial and commercial work. Services include design build, electric vehicle supply equipment infrastructure, semiconductor fabrication clean rooms, special equipment and tools, startup companies, turnkey installation, electrical vehicle supply equipment infrastructure. So head over to elcaminoelectricalservices.com for all your electrical needs.
Boxingvoice.com.
What broke him down? Was it just the body punching? I was hitting him with body punching. I heard him actually, he was crying in there. You were saying that Biggs was crying when you hit him? Yes. When did that happen? And perhaps the fourth round on.
Boxingvoice.com.
So that you knew you had him by that time. Absolutely, but I knew he was tough and taking those punches.
DBLC Productions.
Making woman gestures like, oh.
Let's go, champ.
It's the champ. Keep sharing the champ. With the fake champ. Valley, right there, let's go.
Boxingvoice.com.
I'm gonna treat him like he's a C+ fighter. I'm gonna dominate him, I'm a dogfish fighter.
I'm talking about punishment. We're going to punish you for 12 rounds. Either the referee says you had enough, or you can say you had enough. You can stay your ass there all night until you ain't had enough.
Man, I feel I'm the best in the sport, and to be the best, you got to beat the best. And all I did was beat opponents. I worked my way from the bottom to the top. I won a title by beating top competition and top fighters. This guy was the paper champion.
Do you feel that you're the best super middleweight right now? 100%.
Let's go, champ. He can bring the pressure. He can box. I'm a true champion. I'm willing to go to his turf in Atlantic City. I'm going to step on him. I'm going to crush him. Y'all can mark my word to this. I'm going to crush him. He's a C+ fighter. I'm an A+ fighter. Come Saturday night next week, all the fans tune in because I'm going to dominate. This guy is flat footy swing bomb. I'm not worried about who his trainer is because his trainer can't get in there and fight for him.
DBLC Productions.
Boxingvoice.com. Boxingvoice.com.
Yes, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another. This is the most special. This is the best, right off the bat, the best episode ever. Okay, we're coming off of an enormous high, coming off of that TBV celebration, a night of appreciation to each and every one of you guys that listen to this show, and you know, the 40 plus that made it out to party with us. And I'm not going to call it a party because it wasn't any of that. Even though a couple of people got drunk and started dancing, we did enjoy ourselves to be amongst so many boxing minds in one room like that, and be able to talk boxing, hear all those picks right there, man, those callers, those characters in your face. It was amazing to have my co-host all the way from Arizona stay not just the weekend, but their whole week with me so we could catch up and, you know, just talk boxing, right? Because that's all we all want to do.
Fighting out of Phoenix, Arizona.
Boxing fans, here's Jameson.
Like you said, man, everything was great about it. I loved every moment of it in one place, and to see, I mean, we deal with people that were there that were the callers, so we understand them, but like it was the people that don't call in that listen to the show. I appreciate all of them, and it was awesome just to talk boxing with knowledgeable people. It's not, I didn't have to explain who Adrian Broner fought, and that's why I think this with Porter was gonna be a good fight. It's just everyone had a good time. There were smiles everywhere. I don't remember anyone getting mad at anything, and it was just such a beautiful time this whole weekend, man. I appreciate you for opening your house, everything you did this week, and I can't wait to do this shit again.
Man, speaking about doing it again, this one was such a success that people have already mentioned that we should be heading over to California for the Ward Kovalev. Now, I'm gonna put out the teaser, right? Because I'm not from California, so this is gonna require massive amounts of organizing on everyone's part. James is also not from California, but I don't think that fight. I mean, James, are you traveling? I mean, no, it's not even California. It's Vegas.
It's Las Vegas. Yeah, I would go to that. I'm thinking about going to that. I think that's one of the best fights of the year.
Fans fight. That's what it is. That's like a hardcore fans fight.
It's exactly what it is. Like Shawn Porter, Keith Thurman this weekend. It's even bigger than that because I think the winner of this fight determined who I thought was probably going to be, I think, number one in that division, and I think the winner of that fight is pound for pound the best.
Well, let's get right into that, right? Keith Thurman and Shawn Porter. Man, what a amazing fight. I went back and watched this one again, and it was really good. You know, it was good live, and it was even better on the playback. Man, everything we expected Shawn to do, he did in terms of pushing Keith. And he really did push him. You know, I didn't come in here and hide what I saw when I said that 140-pounder in Clarence Booth had Keith on the ropes. You seen what Porter was doing when he had him on the ropes. I mean, listen, this was a really, really good fight. And there's been comparisons, obviously, because it's being called fight of the year, and we'll leave that up to you guys to decide and let us know. We'll probably take a tally, right? But it's being compared to its predecessor, right? No, Orlando Salido versus Francisco Vargas, who I had the pleasure of interviewing last night. Again, man, his face is still jacked up, but what a wonderful person he is. Probably just as nice as Peter Quillen, because this dude was standing outside the Barclays Center, just him and his manager, who was the same manager as Jojo Diaz. They're just standing out there. And, I mean, what time did you were already at the bar, right? So what time did I get there?
You got there, I think, like midnight or 12:30, 12:31.
All right, well, there was no one in the Barclays except them two waiting on a fan, dude, that had been texting him, and they wanted to, you know, meet up with him or whatever. So, you know, Francisco Vargas is a fight with Salido that is being called fight of the year. Now, this is, I will go ahead and say the skill level here. Porter is no Orlando Salido, and neither is Keith. Can we agree on that?
Absolutely.
Okay, so while that fight is a fight of the year candidate, this is still a higher level. These are the top tier of the division. This isn't barometers. These aren't the guys that we want to see the new hot guy beat. No, these are the guys that tell us he is the man in the division. So to compare it to that, just off being, you know, in the category of fight of the year is kind of weird. But round for round, this fight was really, really good. I obviously one of the topics is going to be, did you score it, and what is your score? So I got to tally mine up, so I'm going to pass the ball to you because I rewatched it again, you know.
I didn't get a chance to rewatch it. Been flying all day, but it was the people we were sitting around. We all did a pretty good job of saying who you thought we won that round, and we were up to date. So I know we had it a draw going into the 11th and the 12th rounds, and I thought Thurman actually won both of those rounds. I mean, on Thursday, I talked about this fight coming down to one, I knew it was going to be close like this, and two, I knew these scorecards are going to be all over the place because this is exactly what we talked about. Was Shawn was going to hit him a lot more than Keith was going to hit Shawn. But when Keith landed, he would stiffen up Shawn. He would hurt him. And I wouldn't say he was like wobbling and stuff like that, but the way he was coming in and the way he was just so – when he had success, Porter that is, he had Thurman against the ropes and he was banging the body, and Thurman didn't even know how to react to it. A lot of times he got completely straight and lost all his like momentum to be able to try to keep Shawn Porter back. But when he started to box, beautiful. He was landing hard shots. The uppercuts became an issue for Porter to withstand, but I could see why people think this is fight of the year. I know people like you don't like the Fernando Vargas Salido fights because you need more, I guess, like allure in the fight, or more on the line if someone loses. But
prestige.
I think Francisco Vargas is a good fighter, and I think that Orlando Salido is definitely enough to say. This isn't like the C and a C fighter with Vargas Salido. This is an A fighter against a B fighter. That's what we saw. So in this fight, you got two A's though. I can't complain about it. I loved every moment of the fight. I didn't see any of the undercard fights too. We met up with a lot of people. It was crazy, but what I heard last night was more people there thought Porter won, and I don't understand that. So I guess we'll have the callers call in and say what they said, but I didn't see Porter winning that fight, and I was going for Porter. So.
All right, damn, I'm so slow because I have little notes for each round because this fight was so good. So I'm still trying to tally up. But so far, at least for the first round, I gave it to Thurman. What about you?
I gave the first round to Thurman and Porter the second round.
Yeah, me too. So Porter got the second round. But Porter, he was killing Thurman to the body. I don't know what happened. He really came out and kind of wanted to set the tempo. I feel like his output increased right away. Were you watching it on the Jumbotron, or were you trying to watch it through the ring?
I look both ways. If I can't see both of them, see what they're doing, I look up to the Jumbotron. So I'm always looking up and down.
Okay. Well, yeah, man, that body attack was serious. I'm gonna skip ahead. I think it was. Let me see. I think I wrote it down. Man, do you remember what round it was when Shawn hit Keith to the body and everybody thought we were going to have another colossal moment? He buckled down, but he got away. Listen, I could see the shades of like, yo, he's almost giving his back sometimes, right?
You're talking about Thurman?
Yeah,
did you see his back too, all sliced up with all that glove rash from all those, because he would come down and Shawn would just keep throwing punches if they were in the hold, and you could see all that glove rash from all that activity on his back. He looked like he got knifed up. What round was it? Because I also saw on the big teleprompter they had the scorecards for what's his name? Who does it for Showtime? Why can't I think about his name? Steve Farhood. 113. I remember one of those rounds, though. It was clearly a Thurman round. It was probably Thurman's best round. I think it was like the 8th or 9th round. They gave it to Porter on that. So I knew at that moment that these cards are going to be all over the place. Plus, half the people around me had Porter winning and the other half had Thurman. So, and you had it for Thurman for sure, right? The second time around, too? Did he get closer, or was it the same?
I had it for Thurman the first time live at the fight without scoring, just round by round. Like, Keith won the first. He won the second. Okay. Keith won the third. Okay. Keith won the fourth. Okay. Porter won the fifth. Porter won the sixth. You know, like that. So I knew like who had more. But then when going back, I mean, you know, I guess I want to see what's that round. I hope everyone has their scorecard because I don't have it 113, 115. I have it 116, 112.
That makes sense. I mean, I wasn't the way they were scored. I was okay with it. I had no problem with it. I'm just glad it wasn't a blowout. That's what I was nervous about, was seeing something like a Keith Thurman, like a 117, 111 type situation. And the fact that all three judges had it the same, I can't deny that. I think that's good. I think the right man won the fight. Porter, this isn't going to set Porter back. I think that we weren't sure what this year layoff would have done for either one of these fighters. And what it showed is that I didn't see any rust in the ring. I saw two guys having to do what it takes to beat the other person on the best night. I thought we got a great Shawn Porter and we got a great Thurman. It just Thurman showed that he's a little bit better. I would be okay with the rematch, but I don't want to see it yet. I think there's so many talented people in that whole division that we can wait for that. If they collide again, no one's going to deny it or not want to see it. But I think he called out Danny Garcia.
Yeah, he definitely called out
last night.
He definitely called out Garcia, you know, but you have to give Porter his credit. He's such a strong guy. It's funny. I have him down specific rounds where he showed that he was, slightly hurt because, dude, this guy's recovery time is insane, or Thurman doesn't hit as hard as he thinks. Right? Because here's the weird triangle of sins. A guy like Adrian Broner, who started his career at 130, can drop Porter on the 12th round. Now, also factor in that Ken and Shawn say, hey, we mentally let go. We knew we were winning. So shit happens. It won't happen again, which it didn't happen because fucking Thurman landed that check left hook all night and Porter didn't go anywhere. But the way that he was taking them shots, it really didn't seem like Thurman was affecting him. Like, Thurman calls it rope-a-dope. The problem there was, I think, James, the Porter body attack when Thurman was on the ropes, it wasn't clean. You know, it was just high activity. Would you, again, damn, you didn't see it on TV. Yo, you have to, we got to, matter of fact, Wingy is on via Skype. He cannot be on video. Obviously, he is working. So we're going to get the Wingy. I'm sure he saw it. I hope he saw it. If not, virtual jab through the Skype on you. Actually,
but is this a little bit wingy? Wingy.
And a big shout out to Wingy as well. Real hardcore. I like Wingy. He's just the biggest boxing nut I've ever met.
Came to London looking for static. Let's go, champ. Have a good day.
Yo, what's going on, Nes? You good?
I'm good, baby. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. So you guys had a good time at the TBV event then, man?
Amazing. I cannot wait for the video. Listen, Masterpiece came through. We presented her with an award for Female Caller of the Year. 646 Chris got an award. You know, we had to surprise people. You know, we couldn't let the cat out the bag, but now that it's happened, it was marvelous, man. I mean, we really enjoyed ourselves. We got to meet all these callers and so many people that don't call in. I mean, it was really good, man. Intimate is what it was, because right away, all we were talking was boxing. And then, you know, the unlimited top shelf alcohol helped the situation, because those conversations quickly became, you know, very good ones. So it was a great time, man. I just got actually the photographer that shout out to Brooklyn Fights, Xavier Porter, who was the photographer on hand that night, and he did a marvelous job. And I will be putting together, I don't know, maybe a slideshow or something like that until I get the video footage of the night, you know, that we had professionally done by Titan Media. So, yeah, man, all in all, listen, I was shitting bricks, Wingy. You know that I was nervous. Yeah. I was nervous, but
who won the belt?
Yo, Joey from Indiana brought he brought his friend. Shout out to Joey, man. Oh my God, you people just don't understand how much I love you. You guys don't get it. Joey came all the way from Indiana looking exactly like Keith Thurman. Oh, it was amazing, man. We were just having a ball, and yeah, casual fan. He got tipsy right away and took over the mic. And you know, he went for it, and they did the raffle. And you know, remember, we were initially gonna charge. We didn't even charge, dude. We just we took everyone's bracelet off. Like after the liquor was done, we took everyone's bracelet off, and we wrote their names on it. And I guess he picked it out of a hat, you know. And it was a great night. Shout out to Andre, man. Andre came last minute in the clutch, wearing a TBV shirt, man. Bruce all the way from Pittsburgh had the hoodie, and it was just amazing. You don't understand. People around us couldn't understand, because we were like hugging and fucking taking selfie shots, and you know, every 5 minutes, because of the photographer, we were posing. So it was crazy, man. It was really good.
I'll definitely come to next year's one. You're talking about maybe possibly California.
Hey, listen, well, it's not even next year, man, because if you guys really want Kovalev Ward, you know, I'm not a Vegas guy, but if we're going to go, we're going to go, right? So if you really want Kovalev Ward, yeah, we're going to do it in Vegas, and it'll be this November because, you know, someone dear to the Boxing Voice is extremely interested in doing it out west. And, you know, I'm not from out there, so it's going to take a lot of work, man, because this thing, you guys don't even know. Look, venue changing 24 hours before. I mean, dude, I just put the faith in God, and everything worked out, but I was nervous, okay? I did not want this to fall on our face and have us look silly.
I'm glad it went well, man. It looked really good. I can't wait to see the did you get video? I know you got some pictures. I saw some of the pictures.
Yeah, we're gonna do a whole thing of video, but let me tell you, I snuck into both locker rooms before the fight, and I am sad to confirm that I think Ken is not happy. I couldn't
What with
believe it.
you?
Yeah. I couldn't believe it.
I told you that when you picked Thurman, I told you he's not going to be happy. I just knew it, man.
I just didn't imagine that. But let me stop hogging it. Talk to me. Did you watch this fight? Because James, he didn't watch it on TV, and that is, I think, important because a lot of Porter's work could go unappreciated or overappreciated, right?
Yeah, I watched it. Obviously, I'll be quick. I'm at work, but yeah, I watched it. Watched the fight. I actually had it something like, can't remember my exact scorecard, but I had maybe what? How did you score it? I had 116, maybe 113. Do you know? I'm going to bring up my scorecard.
That's what I had. I had 116, 112. Thurman.
Yeah, I think I had that. Yeah, I was actually impressed with Porter. Even though he was still smothered his work a little bit, he was a lot stronger than I was expecting. And in the later round, the first 1 or 2 rounds, he actually looked like I know Keith said he was doing a rope-a-dope, but I was on the edge of my seat. Like he's taken a lot here, Keith. So it wasn't as perhaps one-sided as I thought it could have been, but the cleaner punching, the counter hooks, just the overall better work was from Thurman, but it was a competitive fight, and I'd love to see it again, man.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I didn't expect Porter to be that much stronger, but neither man really could hurt. I mean, obviously Keith buckled Shawn, I think it was in the 8th round, where his knees went down, and credit to Shawn again, because I'm not like these guys that discredit Keith for taking a body shot. This guy could have went down.
In the shot, yeah, that shows strength. Yeah, I did see that shot again. He did get caught with a shot to the body, and you saw him turn. I just think it's good body shots. I don't think it's a case of Keith can't take a body shot. He just happens to get caught with good body shots. Whether that's reflective of how Keith fights, of how Keith, sort of ties people up, I don't know. But he does get caught with that shot. But I think he took it well.
Yeah, he does get wide with his shots, though. When he throws those hooks, he throws those uppercuts, he leaves his elbows wide up in the air, but that's his style. Certain people are going to get hit like that. Shawn Porter's always going to get hit in the face because of the way he comes in. Keith, I think, will always be susceptible to body shots because of how high he keeps his hands when he's moving. So, but, I thought this fight was exciting on the grounds of it was an all-action fight. I mean, there was very lulls in the action, but they were also making adjustments the entire night. Every round that Thurman would win, Porter will come back, make an adjustment. He started to follow Thurman. Thurman started outboxing. Then he started to cut off the ring. Now, all of a sudden, Porter's doing back and forth, and the ebb and flow of the fight to me was awesome, perfect. I loved it. But Wingy, so what you had Thurman winning. What do you think about people saying Porter's winning? Because when we went out last night, I'm saying 90 people I talked to, or 90%, all were saying that Shawn Porter won this. I think like 116, 112.
The Barclays Center crowd itself, they want the rematch. They felt that Porter won. The crowd.
Yeah, the reason people say that is. Sorry, go on, James. Go.
I was just going to say, I was crazy to me that Shawn Porter got booed when he came out, and Thurman was the one that everyone was going crazy for. And then, of course, when you heard that decision, everyone was booing. It's so weird how crowds will flip like that. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, what it is, no, you're right. It's a lot of people like us lot and the people listening to the show, most of the people, we know what we're looking for. We know how to score clean, effective punching. But somebody like, say, some of my brethren or my friends or whatever, or even my wife, she'd look at it, she'd see that at least Porter's going forward. Oh, look, he's doing something, he's throwing punches. She would see that as maybe Porter winning just because of the aggression. But us lot, we know the check left hooks, we know the counters, we know the little step backs that Thurman will make, pop, pop. We can see that, but a lot of people can't. And a lot of people in the crowd, perhaps they were not casual, but sitting there with their beers. Oh, the aggressive one is sort of like Porter, so we're going to score it for him. I just think it's people not really paying full attention to all 3 minutes of the round and just seeing a little bit of aggression and scoring it for that. So therefore they lean to Porter. But on top of that, very quickly, I know you guys are going to have an order for the show, but just very quickly, I think Anthony Joshua, I'm interested to hear what you guys think. I know it's a different topic. Did you see that fight, Nez?
Absolutely. And this is what I mean about making it accessible to the viewing public, not American, not UK. That fight was on my, you know what I did, bro? I don't do that. That's how I get cool with the fight. I don't do that. I go to all the fights early. And I didn't go to these fights early. I got to the building like 8 o'clock because we stood in my house till like 7 just to watch this on television. And yo, man, what could I say, right? What could I say? It's Brazil, it's Brazil, right? And before the fight, I told you that the general public will say he's an Olympian. He was undefeated, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But his inexperience, mute yourself, Cuba. His inexperience, it showed. He had no activity whatsoever. He was afraid to throw, no activity. I don't know what it was. Did he lose the stamina? I don't know. The point is, Joshua was allowed to throw his hands all night without any fear. But I will tell you this. There will be no more hate from me. This guy, every time I see him, he impresses me, not for what he does in, well, this time it was in the ring. And like every other intelligent listener on this show and caller, I got the eye test. He passes the eye test, but I like him for whole other reasons, man. I like that he's as mean as Gennady Golovkin. I like that when he punches you in the face, he laughs at you with a sinister look on his face, and he wants you to get excited because he wants the knockout. He wants to punish. I like that he wants to teach you a lesson. When he knocked out Brazil, he fucking stood over him, stuck his tongue out a couple times, shook his head. I'm like, yeah, this is my guy. That's it. Because he keeps doing it. He did it to, and now everything that he did the first time, when you guys thought it was fake, and you're like, oh no, Ness is hype. No, it was real when he said, yo, this ain't about belts. Respect me as a man.
He's got that streak in him. He's got that streak. We've seen it in some of his earlier fights as well. People have gone on the floor. He's punched them when they're on the floor and stuff like that. He's got that mean streak in him. But with regards to Brazil,
I love that mean streak. I love it.
Yeah, exactly. With regards to Brazil not throwing back, I actually have massive respect for Brazil. Everybody was writing him off first round, second round.
You're gonna give him respect because he hung in there, right?
Yeah, that's it.
He didn't get knocked out in 4. He went in 7. Listen, bro. Listen. And this is where I get called insensitive, right? Because what do you call a guy that isn't punching back?
Yeah, let me finish what I'm saying, though, man. The thing is, though, he wasn't punching back because of the power of Joshua. I'm telling you, he took those punches through the guard early on. Joshua was landing every time he wanted to. Just Brazil was too slow to even react. But those early jabs, those early shots, even the touching shots, he knew as soon as he opened up, he's going to get hurt. Now, he actually managed to hang on. But the reason he wasn't throwing is he's got more chance of rolling the shot if he's already in a defensive position than if his hands are with those big wild swings. So he didn't really want to open up. I think the later rounds, like the 5th or the 6th, he caught Joshua on the nose with something, bloodied Joshua's nose up, and I think he had like a shot to the body, into the head. But it was few and far between. The power was just too much for him. George Groves versus Martin Murray. I enjoyed that fight. I thought Groves looked really, really good, looked really sharp. Love what he did in there.
No, but he almost got knocked out in like the 8th or 9th round. Why are you going to say he looked good? He looked good when he was winning. But, yo, he sticks against the ropes all the time. The same way he got knocked out by Carl Froch, he just sat there with his hands down waiting the counter shot. And Martin Murray, who doesn't have the power of someone like Froch, or most of the people on that division, was able to catch him like that. I mean, I thought he did good. George Groves did good when he was winning. But when he was losing, he was getting his ass whooped. I think the scorecards were good. I thought that it wasn't that close because George Groves won most of it. But for, I think, what was the 8th or 9th round, like both of those 2 rounds, he looked bad. So, again, I think George Groves still has a lot, but I thought that was going to be a good fight anyway. I thought Martin Murray was a formidable opponent, but I still don't think George Groves. I think George Groves is going to be sent up or fed up to someone in that division.
Really quick, Wingy, let me jump in here and just Kill Supreme General. Shout out to him in the chat. He had Porter 8-4. Show me your scorecard. Shout out to Giving Quality for saying that, according to my logic, I must love Eubanks. And you're absolutely right. I didn't watch it with James, but this morning I went back and watched it. Now, this is the thing. Who is this guy, right? I don't even know who's Dorian, right? But because we got Wingy, who's Dorian? Is he worth our time? Don't the shortest answer, please. The shortest answer. Is he good or
Shortest
not?
answer. He was in a good fight before with, I believe, Luke Keeler. He was in a good fight before with him, but he was never going to beat Eubank Jr. I think I picked a 4th round knockout. What round did he knock him out in the 5th? I can't remember. He's a good fighter, but he's not on Eubank Jr.'s level. With regards to Golovkin, Eubank Jr. Oh God, I just think what Eubank Jr. does in the ring, holds the hands down, shimmies the shoulders, looks to the left and right mid punch, very, very confident. He could do whatever he wanted with Duran, but with Golovkin, he can't be doing that, man. I'm just being honest. He can't be doing that.
That you know of, right? Because we never seen Golovkin get punched other than by Curtis Stevens. And granted, we want to assume Curtis Stevens' power is real, but at this point, you know, he didn't knock out Ndam. Did he knock down?
He just iced out that dude though on the Pacquiao undercard. What's that guy's from Brazil? Yeah.
Yeah, but again, there are guys out there. No, there are guys.
Oh no, I'm talking about Teixeira, the last guy he just knocked out. That
the Golden Boy fighter, the tall Mexican. But this is what I'm saying. There are guys out there that could only knock out that mid-tier level fighter. Like, you know, I ain't taking nothing away from Keith, right? We just spent a very wonderful time over there, but he's not knocking out the top tier. Is he hurting them? Yeah, but he's not knocking them out. Wilder's knocking out everybody. Joshua's knocking out everybody. You know, there's people that knock out everybody in their division, and then, you know, the power changes. So we will have to see what kind of power I mean, again, Wingy coming back in. Did Eubank's power show in the Saunders fight? Are those chins comparable, Saunders and Golovkin's chin?
Well, the thing is, Saunders is a lot more of a technical boxer. So he moves, he slips, he's never standing in place. And Eubank Jr. didn't have this. In the first half of that fight, Eubank Jr. was trying to box with Saunders. Saunders just got there early with the jab, picked him off nice and easily, lots of movement, fast punches. In the second half of that fight, Eubank Jr. thought, F it, I'm going to start swinging. I'm going to start going for the fences. And then the fight become a bit more competitive. I had it really close. With regards to his chin, Saunders has a good chin from what I can't ever remember seeing Saunders seriously wobbled or hurt, but it's not so much his chin, it's the fact that he moves. He's always on the move. So even if you do catch him, it's a rolling shot. He's rolling it. Do you get what I'm saying? Saunders is a good Golovkin.
Golovkin is there. That's what I'm saying. It's a different styles makes fights. And
good point.
He's more in front of you. And look, I'm nowhere near jumping on the bandwagon with Eubanks here just because he beat some guy named DeLorean from Back to the Future.
No.
I'm not saying that, but
did you like him in the corner though, trying to get him to bait him in? I was interested to see what he was gonna do.
Beginning, right? Like,
yeah, when the ref was like, "No, you can't be doing that shit," I was like, "Let him." I wanted to see what was gonna happen.
What is it with these refs over there? I mean, you got referees. They want to do a 10 count at 9, and now you can't even invite a guy to fight when you're in a fight. You're in a fight.
It's Marcus McDonald. He's dyed his hair not bright pink, but dark purple in the past. Marcus McDonald, that ref, he actually got involved. He put something up on Twitter saying, "Oh, Derry Matthews is a good fighter," and he got took out of the fight because he likes to get himself involved. He's a good ref, but he does like to get himself involved. He should have just let Eubank Jr. do his thing. What if that was Eubank's tactic? What if he actually wanted to fight off the rope? The ref is effectively stopping him use his tactic. I've definitely got to go back to work, but I will say one more thing. I'm in a breakout area at the moment. I will say one more thing. Come on, the beefy Canelo. Let's have it. Love speaking to you, Nez. Big up, James. The boxing voice, baby. Beefy over Canelo. Let's do it. Peace.
Oh my God, he's going on. You see this UK bias? He's gonna pick Liam Smith over Canelo when it happens. He's crazy. James, I have to tell you something. I almost forgot.
I almost forgot too, bro. It's been a long weekend, so I got that's it. But what did you? Oh, I guess you had Thurman and you had Joshua. Oh, yeah, yo, serve it up to yourself though, because you said Martin Murray. I'm not the only one. You got yourself a side crow.
That is true. That is true. What time is it? 7:34. Let's get out back to. Let me see. Actually, we got a little celebrity on the line, so we're gonna get him in early here. If he didn't hang up, right? Your favorite rock star. Where is he? You could kill. You don't have to kill me with the dead air, James.
Oh, I thought you were looking for him. All right, yeah.
Looking for him.
You're talking about Rob, right? Rob.
Mr. Escape the Fate himself, Robert Ortiz, who hadn't watched the fight in I don't know how long, and that's why you haven't heard him on the show in so long. He's been going through boxing withdrawal and rehab, and he just jumped into the mix with Keith Thurman one time and Showtime Porter, and I'm assuming they lived up, and you're happy to be back, right?
Look, man, first of all, it's good to be back on the air. I've been real fucking busy, man. The life of a rock star, you know, we never sleep over here. We got to sing. We sleep when we're dead, you know. So been promoting an album. That's what happens when you got a great album. They put your ass to work. I've been all over the world. Have not been watching a lot of boxing. And I chose the best fucking fight to come back to because, damn, dude, that fight was sick. But I'm going to start real quick with Anthony Joshua. I was impressed by what I saw, even though what's the other guy's name? I'm drawing a blank.
Dominic Brazil.
Yeah, Dominic Brazil. I actually worked out next to him one time at the Wild Card in LA, and I can outwork that guy. I've never been impressed by anything about him. His skill set, his fucking athleticism. He doesn't have any. It's just like sometimes, dude, you know, hard work can beat talent, you know, and that dude doesn't really have a lot of either. And quite frankly, you know, Anthony Joshua did what he was supposed to do, but he did what he was supposed to do in impressive fashion, man. I was impressed by Dominic Brazil's chin. He took some great shots, but that's about all I was impressed with. And, you know, that shows Anthony Joshua is on the next tier. He's on the next level. I want to see him up against someone good. I actually think him and anyone from an Areola to Stavern to a fucking even he can go against Deontay Wilder right now. I would love to see that fight. I think it's a good fight. I think that versus the winner of the rematch between Fury and Klitschko would be great, man. I think he's already on that level given his Olympic pedigree. I was very impressed by what I saw. I enjoyed it. Just real clean, sharp, fast, everything. Everything was good technique. Everything was awesome. And obviously he has a physique that shows he puts in the work. So good job by him. Give one of the fucking Brits. But so the main card of the weekend, Thurman versus Porter. James, you said it best on Thursday's show, and that was it's all about how you're going to score this fight. I heard everyone booing. I talked to a friend of mine who was at the fight who said he thought Porter might have edged it. And on second watch, I watched it just before the show. It was a little closer than I originally had thought, but I still thought Keith Thurman did, you know, the cleaner work and most of the rounds. And I think a lot of Shawn Porter's, you know, inside stuff is just as I told you would be over text, James. And that was, he smothers a lot of his work. I think he puts you up against the ropes and he smothers his work. And sometimes it looks like he's winning, but he's not really landing much. It's all elbows. He gets in a few here and there, but I think Thurman did the job. I think he caught him with a lot of clean, hard shots on the outside and was able to hold his own on the inside. And I really, really enjoyed the fight. I wouldn't mind seeing it again because it was still close. I had it the same way the refs did, or the judges did. So I enjoyed the fight, man, and I wouldn't mind seeing it again. If they go elsewhere, I'm okay with that too. But it was a hell of a fight, and I think the judges got it right on this one.
Yeah, I mean, even Keith said it before the fight. With interview with Ness, is that he said you don't got to win 12 rounds. All you got to do is win 7 of them, and you got that fight. And that's exactly what we saw. We saw a man that knew he was going to have to take rounds off because he wasn't going to be able to withstand it. But as much cardio as I think that Porter had, I think Thurman, to us, or to me anyway, showed that he's able to get hit to the body like that all night and still bring power up. He was keeping Porter back, and then I also like the way that if one got hit, the other one felt like they had immediately answer back to this fight, man. I'm glad you're at least back to watch this fight because this was – Ness, you're right, though. This is skill. If you want to say this is fight of the year, I'm not ready to say that. We got other shit coming up. But the skill involved in this, the adjustments involved in this, and it's just the willingness to both of these fighters look like they wanted to put everything on the line to win, and that's what it looked like in the ring. And it's a beautiful thing this weekend. I hope no one knocks this because who called in on Thursday saying this fight was past its prime? Its sell date? Yes.
That was JP.
That call on Thursday,
I think that was
terrible, but here's the thing is that boxing fans are the most fickle fans of any sports in the world because we know that fights like this can exist. That's the thing, is we know that when you pit two guys that are top level world-class fighters, and they're in their prime, this is what you get. This is what you get. And when you're holding off, and we'll maybe next September, maybe next fall, just like, what the fuck are you waiting for, man? You're waiting for one of these guys to lose against someone who, you know, we're not excited to watch them fight. Like, just fucking make the fight happen now. And that's what you get when you put two guys in there that are like that. And boxing fans get antsy, and they want to see things like this. And
Yo,
that's
Rob,
what we saw on Saturday too.
Let me just interrupt, because you said boxing fans get excited about this, and think about this, right? I've been covering fights at the Barclays Center now for 3 years. It's been open, that building, 3 years, and for 3 years I've parked at the same parking lot. Danny Garcia has fought there, and he sold more tickets. This parking lot is $48. Listen, it's not easy to be in New York, and that shit was sold out. There was over 12,718 people there. And again, Danny still holds the record at 13,150, something like that. But neither of these guys are from New York City, let alone the tri-state area. We're talking about a guy from Florida that is 1,300 miles away from New Jersey. So just add on maybe another 50, right, to get to New York. And then another guy that is originally from Cleveland, Ohio, and now fighting out of Las Vegas. That was a really good turnout. That was an amazing turnout. It was.
Well, that's what good fights will do, man, because like neither one of them has, like, let alone the fact that they're not from New York, but they're also, neither one of them has like a Golovkin type fan base where it transcends, you know, location and culture. Neither one of them has a huge following like that are devoted to them. So the fact that you could sell that many tickets, you know, it's just because it was that cool of a fight. It was that good, man. And that's what boxing fans love, and that's why they bitch, because they know that, you know, these types of things can exist if you let them, and when they do, they're awesome. So, you know, that's, you know, that's all boxing fans want. So, but you just got to be patient with it, and I'm happy the fight not only happened, but also that it not only lived up to, but actually exceeded my expectations in terms of, you know, aesthetically pleasing. And it was a good fight, and back and forth, they were action. It wasn't just close and competitive. It was actually action as well, and skill and everything, man. This fight had it all for me. And, you know, it may not be the fucking outright gnarliest fight of the year I've ever seen, but, you know, it was a good fucking fight for me. So that's all, man. Thank you, guys.
Hey, before you go, you know,
okay,
putting it in, I guess, comparison with other fight of the years, right? Can you, off the top of your head, I know it's probably difficult, but has there been another fight of the year with two men on this level?
Well, I mean, yeah, because like you got to think of time and place. I mean, when Berto Ortiz fought, their fight of the year was, they were perceived to be somewhat near
That's
this level.
That was a good pick. That first one, yeah, that's a good one.
And also, you know, I mean, Pacquiao Marquez was that. I mean, that's like the all-time best fucking fight.
Yeah, the knockout fight.
With a knockout, with multiple knockdowns, with fucking history and legacy and all-time, not just, you know, generational grades, all-time grades. I mean, that, but I don't know if you count that because that's on some fucking other level. But maybe, you know, I'd put them ahead in terms of maybe skill-wise, the Gottis and Wards, and, you know, maybe a Corrales Castillo type of level right now. I don't know. You know, they're very high level, but there's been higher levels than that.
Oh, no. I'm not saying that this is the ultimate fight of the year. Whoa, no. I'm just saying I wanted to know other fights that were like this. And Berto Ortiz is perfect. You're right. At that time, I think both guys were pretty good. Right? Because we don't know
where these guys go from here. Yeah, these guys could lose to a Bradley. They could, you know, we don't know where they're going to go from here. You know, it could prove that, you know, maybe Keith Thurman is the face of the next generation and has a super fight with Errol Spence down the line. We don't know, so it's a little early to tell. But at the moment, yeah, they're some of the best in the world. So I give it definitely extra points for that.
All right, well, Rob, man, thanks for calling in. Let me get to some other people here. we got someone that knows Ken Porter and Shawn Porter. And remember, he made his pick. Big O from Blue Steel. What's going on, Big O?
Hey, what's going on, man? What's going on with you? Yeah, I had Shawn Porter, but he clearly got beat.
I don't know how long you've been listening to the show, and we are going to treat you with respect because of who you are, but you got to eat your crow first. You picked Porter.
Yeah.
There you go. Just tradition around here.
Yeah, okay. I'll eat that. But yeah, I had Shawn Porter picked. And I'm going to speak to you as a coach. There's things that he done. He was falling in, smothered his work. He started off with a good jab, and then in spots of the fight, he didn't use it. He didn't throw enough combinations. When he come forward with two jabs and land, you should throw a right hand behind it and then throw your hook. So if you miss with two, you should be able to land real heavy with the last two. Stepping back a lot in some rounds where he took too many rounds off where he was bagging up and let Keith Thurman come forward. When he had Thurman against the ropes and he was smothering his work, a lot of those shots wasn't hitting heavy to the body. When he did, he hurt Keith Thurman in I think that was the 6th round with that body shot. He was trying to get it back so bad that he just wore himself down, and now he's tired. He didn't take his time. Not enough head movement, not enough catching and shooting. Keith Thurman pulled it out, man. I'm just sorry to say that Kenny has been great with doing everything he's been doing with his son and getting him to the point of where he's gotten him at. But he needs to think about maybe bringing somebody else in as far as training. But it was a great fight, man, but not the fight of the year. It was a great fight, but not the fight of the year.
All right. Oh, well, thank you.
Well, let me ask you, hold on. Let me ask him a question. Why do you think he needs to switch trainers from his dad? Because, like, realistically, if he was with, say, a Freddie Roach, someone that's, like, I guess, high prestige in the sport, and he had that same performance, I don't think I would be willing to. He's limited, and he's not, like, really improving on other stuff. But
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was done. Go ahead.
Hello?
Nah, James, what happened was, one moment.
Basically, his last 3 fights were the same, and there was no changes in that. He's still bullying and rushing in and falling in with his shots. When he would throw overhand right, he was short with it because he didn't bring his foot with him. He left his right foot behind him. Had he stepped in and brung his foot with him, he probably could have landed more of those overhand rights. But then also, when you throw overhand right, you should come back with a left hook. That's your next shot. And he wouldn't. He was looking for the big punch. So, and the reason why I said that about Kenny is because when he fought Adrian Broner, after the fight, the reporter asked him, we didn't see Shawn throw his big hook, which is his best punch. And Kenny responded by saying, we knew Adrian Broner would be looking for that punch, so we didn't throw that. Now, when you're a fighter and you come into the ring, you bring all your tools with you. You don't leave, if you're going to do a roofing job, you don't leave your hammer at home and say, I'm going to just pound it in with a rock. You understand what I'm saying?
It's funny that you say that, because what you've seen Keith Thurman doing is that 1-2, the right hand and the left hook. It was like all night. That was the same 1-2, over and over, right hand, left hook.
Yes, because it was wide open. If you look at where Shawn had his hands at, he could throw a left hook, and if he's falling in, he could throw the check hook and come right back with the right hand. His hands was not in the right place. They was too far out away from his face for him to recover to even try to block it. There's a couple of times that he put it back in the spot to catch that hook. That's because he was getting hit with it too much. So 9 times out of 10, you start to think, oh, I'm getting hit too much, pull my hand back. So there's just little things that I've seen that somebody needs to step in. I mean, Kenny's great, but he's got an ego too, and he wants to do it all. You can't do it all. Now, he's a great manager, and he's done great in that area, but as far as the coaching spot, he hasn't changed anything.
All right. Oh, well, I'm going to get to some other callers, man. Thank you for calling in. I'm going to go now to a new caller. And
here we go.
We have around here, we have some tradition. So new caller, we got the intro.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
Come on, 347. You dropping the ball.
Yo, hello?
Yeah.
What's going on, baby?
What's up? Who's this?
This is Patrick. I met you Friday.
Patrick, the big Patrick is looking like Samuel Peters, Patrick.
Yeah, that's me.
Patrick, what's up, man?
What's going on, baby?
Oh, man, having a blast. That fight was amazing. That party was amazing. Thank you so much for coming through, man, and showing love.
You, man. Yeah, man, it was great. I had a blast Friday. I wanted to tell you guys thank you for inviting me, man. It was great. I had a wonderful time, dude.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for coming.
Yeah. I want to, I got some things that, I have to let some people know a few things, right? I have something called Iron Science Boxing, right? So when I talk about boxing, they call it the sweet science. So science just means to know. And I really feel like a lot of people don't know a fucking thing about boxing. Forgive my language, but it pisses me off. And here's how I go with the Thurman Porter thing. First off, I had Keith Thurman win that fight, straight up and down, straight up. Okay, now, I don't know if y'all guys know, because I joined the show a little late, but, Shawn Porter ended up going to the hospital. Do y'all guys know that?
Nah, and I was there. Listen, they didn't go to the press conference. I was there all night. They didn't let anyone in. They didn't let anyone into the locker room, but Ken came outside. He spoke to whoever he wanted to speak to, and yeah.
Yeah, I was back there with because Corona sponsored the fight. And my girl's uncle, they worked for, he had a beer warehouse, and we got back there. So, Ken Porter, he was like, it's a little dehydration. Let me tell you something. After watching that fight last night, and then I watched it again today, I watched it twice actually today on TV. And I tell people this all the time. Like I said, Iron Science Boxing, the science of boxing. There's no virtue in being hit. Shawn Porter was getting his ass touched. I heard you make a comment a little while ago, Keith might not be knocking these dudes out, but you have to understand it's the level of competition of these guys he's fighting. We know Shawn Porter ain't no slouch. His shape, his boxing shape, lets him, he recovers quick, right? But man, when I watched that fight and them shots that Shawn Porter took, fucking crazy. I mean, he took some hard shots, and everybody's like, Keith Thurman's running, this, that, and the third. Like I said, the art of boxing is hit, not be hit. Thurman, he gets hit. He gets hit because, he tries to make for an exciting fight. But listen, man, Porter caught him with a nice body shot. He wasn't as hurt as he was when he fought Collazo, straight up and down. And he did the smart thing. He grabbed his ass. When Thurman rocked Porter, Porter grabbed his ass too. You don't hear nobody talking about that shit. You know what I mean? Listen, I love Porter. I love Shawn Porter. I'm a Porter fan. But I'm also a Keith Thurman fan, B. Nobody's giving him for credit for actually boxing. So when I look at these fans, I hear these fans, he ran, this, that, and the third. I'm like, listen, my man sat there and fought. Porter has this thing where he likes to smother his own work, and that shit pisses me off. And I believe this is Kenny's fault. Like I said, he's in hell of a shape. He had super duper fast feet. But man, when he got in close, he's throwing these shots, and Keith is countering him. And these counters are nice, but he's not getting props for that. People, he's beating his ass. Listen, I had Thurman win that fight. That's how I had it. And I had it like 116, 112. That's how I had it. And that's just my personal opinion.
That's how I had it. But listen,
You know?
in I guess defense of Ken, I've heard him. I've heard him in training, in the gym, telling Shawn, like, you have to do X, Y, Z. These people think I'm not telling you to do X, Y, Z. So, you know, listen, if Shawn continues to smother his work, this is not the first time that he's heard it. His father listens to this show. You know, he doesn't listen to it because I'm good. He listens to it because all of you guys call in. He gets a plethora of opinions. You know, he's heard it.
Right.
They've tried to make the adjustments, but it's in his nature, I guess. But he did look good. This time around, he looked better, but it's like you said, he did take some really big shots, man. And they were sometimes combinations, man. It was it was a good fight though, because he gave as much as he took. The difference was again the accuracy, you see, because Porter landed these overhand looping rights that, listen, credits again to Ken. The game plan was there. It wasn't a straight right. It was an over loopy kind of hammer come down. It hit Porter. I mean, it hit Thurman on the neck a few times. Just how awkward that right hand was. But like, credit to Omar now from Blue Steel Boxing, you know, he didn't do anything after that right. When that right landed on the neck and wobbled, because he would not necessarily wobble, but I think Keith Thurman is like a cat, man. The minute he gets touched, he automatically kind of crouches down in a bracing position. But again, Thurman Porter would not follow with the left, so there was no danger. And then, you know, Thurman could either lay on the ropes and recuperate or try to circle away, which he did a lot, and he gave his back a lot. But listen, Patrick, I got so many callers. Today's a jam-packed show.
Indeed.
Thank you so much for calling in. Everybody, just know this guy is no joke. I'm talking about Diesel, okay? Diesel. Yeah, we had a lot of beautiful people come out to the event. Thank you so much for being a part of it, man. We can't wait to see you again, and continue to call, man. It's your first time calling. You got to call back.
Yes. Thank you. I will be calling Tuesday, man. Thank you so much, guy. Have a good day.
All right, brother. Let's get here, man. We got so many callers. We're going to just go ahead and move down the lines. I'm not going to take any more time from you people.
It's Baltimore, gentlemen. The gods will not save you.
Dropping the ball, he is. Okay, how you doing?
You got me, yo. Can you hear me, yo?
Loud and clear.
Yo, you hear me?
Loud and clear,
Yeah,
boy.
man, look. Like I said, man, what life is about. It's about change. That's the part of growth. If what you ain't doing, if not working, you gotta change. You gotta grow. We all gotta make change. I said this shit years ago. This nigga is doing the same thing and getting work in the same training. You watch their videos, they doing the same thing. It's like he preparing this nigga for a football game instead of a boxing match, man. It's like, I don't see the skills. I don't see, he don't move his feet. His footwork is horrible. And the way he does distance is horrible. And when he come in, he don't give himself no room to punch. That's how they got over there. England was fucking them up. He did the same thing last night. Only reason he ain't lose the Broner fight because Broner didn't throw no punches. He's getting worse, man. He needs to get rid of his father. He mean well, but he's a horrible boxing coach, man. He's a horrible boxing coach, man. Nobody not saying this. I'm not saying this to be funny. I'm not saying it. I know he love his son. I know he mean well. If you love your son, if you do all this shit, step aside, swallow your pride, and hire somebody that know what the fuck they doing, because you obviously is not on this level. You reached your peak. You reached your peak. Now it's time. If you want your son to go to if you love him, step aside. Do the man. Sometimes a man gotta do things he don't want to do. That's necessary for the betterment. If you love your son, step the fuck aside and get him a real boxing coach, because he obviously not that good of a boxing coach, man. He's good. I'm not want to say he's not good, but to be where he wanted his son to be at, if he wanted his son to be a journeyman, then stay as the coach. If he wanted his son to be the best, he's going to get hurt at this level. He's going to get hurt. He's getting hit too much. He could have got hurt in that Broner fight. He better been lucky that Broner didn't throw his hands, because he could have got hurt in that fight. Many a times Broner would just sit there and look at him and could have hit him, but he didn't throw his hands. Now Keith Thurman hit him a lot of times. I've seen this shit. He might even have some brain. He might have something even wrong with. It might not even be dehydration. It might be something else that's wrong with his ass. You never know why he's in there. He needs to step aside. I don't want the whole thing to be about him, but he needs to step aside. I was wrong. It was a hell of a fight. I thought he was going to sleep. I thought he was waking up today sometime. I was wrong about that, but I was right about Kenny, man. I'm not gonna let the whole thing. I don't want to bash the man. It's not about that. You know, I'm proud he's doing with his son, but he needs to be a man and step aside and get out your feelings, man. We all got to. All right, man. It was a good fight, man. I'm gonna let somebody else get in there, man. I'm out, man.
Wood, man, that was an excellent call, man. What a way to just state your piece. And you know, I appreciate that. So listen, we got a lot of callers, and I don't want anyone to get upset. Everybody on Skype, I'm going all of you guys right after Monsterpiece and 646 Chris, who both were at the event. Well, actually, Chris was not at the event, but for other reasons, okay? So, that being said, damn, we're gonna have to eventually get Monsterpiece an intro, producer. Who's gonna donate? Dollar DiBiase. Shout out to Dollar DiBiase. He was at the fight, man. We're gonna have some pictures with him. Yo, he made the intro for all those that don't know. And we finally got to meet him in person. And he's a good guy, man. Good guy. He was out there with the Michael Jackson glove, getting crazy love in the Barclays Center. It was insane. All right, here we go. Monsterpiece, we need to get you an intro, man. How are you doing today?
I'm doing really well. I got some time to relax because I think I drank too much that Friday night. I think we all did.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
Yeah, I'm still kind of I'm relaxed, but I'm still kind of shocked of the award and all that stuff. I was not expecting that. I really wasn't. It's still shocking to me. Like, I have it in my living room and I'm still looking at it. But thank you so much to the Theboxingvoice. Thank you so much for what you guys have done for us, the boxing fans. I think that's, that was just amazing night. We got to meet everybody. Shout out to the girls that were there as well. Kim, her name is Info Joe's wife. I got to meet Katie, Kathy, the other girls as well. So shout out to them if they're listening. They were awesome. And shout out to Tasha too as well. I wish she was there, and I hope she calls in tonight because I really want to hear her thoughts about the fight. And about the fight, oh my God, did I called it or not? Well, I kind of did, because I did say that he was going to do more of a defense than actually engage Porter the way he did. But I knew it was not going to go on a KO. I knew he was not going to be able to KO Porter. I knew that for a fact. But I actually was happy that it went 12 rounds. I really was happy that it went 12 rounds, because I think these are two really good fighters. And I would like to see what they got. If it would have ended in a KO at a very early stage in the fight, it would have kind of sucked, because you build up to this fight and you have high hopes for these fighters. Some people were pro Porter, some people were pro Thurman. So it was nice to see that it was 12 rounds. We were able to see what each man has to offer. But I had a Thurman winning at least by a point. I had it exactly the way the judges scored it. I don't think it was a robbery. It was a close fight. There's a difference. It could have easily been a draw. I don't know, but a lot of people don't even think it was a draw. A lot of people just think that straight up Thurman won. I think he won as well. It was a close fight. There was nothing wrong with this fight. There's nothing negative to say about it. I was really disappointed at the crowd at the end doing that Thurman. I thought I was kind of disrespectful. The man went in there. He put everything on the line. He put his O on the line, and he didn't run at all. I was surprised that Shawn said that after the interview. It was like, why would you say that? But anyways, he probably was just too, upset about his loss. But at the end of the day, I think Thurman, gave us, different, sides of him. Like he always does in most of his fight. He adjusts to whatever situation he's in. And I said this when I called him Thursday. He's a smart fighter, and he's going to find a way to win against someone like Porter. And Porter did one thing the whole night, and that was charge in there and pressure on Thurman. But there was nothing else besides that he was giving me. So, in other words, I saw 3 Thurmans and 1 Porter. And you got outnumbered in that way. You get outnumbered that way when Thurman was, throwing that hook. He was getting caught a lot by that hook. And, it was just an amazing fight, though. I mean, I'm saying all of this, but it really, at the end of the day, don't matter because it was just such a great fight. Even if Porter would have won that night, I still would have been very satisfied. But, I really didn't care. I thought it was a great fight. At the end of the day, Thurman won. I'm excited. I really don't have anything negative to say about this fight. I really wish I had something. I'm happy Thurman won because I picked Thurman, so I'm crowless. But besides that, I thought it was an amazing fight. I have no regrets. I will watch that fight 100 million times again. It was just very beautiful.
It was. That fight was high level. But some people may not understand how Monster Peace received Female Caller of the Year. She doesn't even understand it because she was not aware. But she is influential. I and those that came out to the event know that now personally because they got to see it. I answer every single email, so I know you guys regardless. When I seen Dollar DiBiase, I knew that was Dollar DiBiase immediately, and I had just walked into the Barclays, and it was like that for just each and every one. When I bumped into Ken, which I probably said too much to Ken and his wife, but you win some and you lose some. Shout out to Ken and his wife. When Info Joe walked in from the emails, I just know everyone, and from the conversations. I mean, half of you have my number anyway, right? So. She is very influential, and many other women have emailed or contacted me via Twitter, all sorts of social media. So it was well-deserved. Monster Peace, we thank that you were able to make it and receive it in person. And hopefully we'll see you at the next one.
Absolutely. Oh, and my boyfriend is calling in tonight as well. So watch out for his first-time caller.
Man, you should just pass him the phone because he's going to get buried unless he's been there already.
Do you want me to pass him the phone?
You might as well.
Right now. All right.
Ness.
What's up?
What's going on?
Oh, man. Still in ecstasy over here. Oh, yeah, we got to give you that first-time call intro, right? Tradition.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut,
Gomez. You already know, Ness. What up?
What's up, man? Good to hear from you. How'd you enjoy the fight?
Oh man, first, before the fight, let me just say that it was an honor to meet everybody. It was a beautiful night. You guys were all amazing. Everybody was really knowledgeable, and I had a great time. Now to the fight.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
That
for
fight
coming.
was amazing.
Hey, hold on a minute. Because I must tell the world that your wife lives up to her word, and she did bring some eye candy to the party for all these hounds in the chat here.
You already know, Ness, and I put in a good word for you. Sorry, Casual. I put in a good word for you, Ness.
Casual's in love already, man.
Oh, man, I could tell. Can't we all? So let's get to the fight real quick. I don't want to burn too much time. So this is what I thought of the fight. Initially, when I started seeing it, literally every round, I got up and clapped for both of them. They did an amazing job. I think that Porter just happens to smother his own work, and that's unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? And Thurman is just a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see a rematch because I don't think that there's going to be too much of a difference in a rematch. I think that Porter's going to be who he is, and I think Thurman is always going to be Thurman. He's going to be just a step ahead of him. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way I seen the fight. Nobody should have booed. I think that we should have been honored to have that. What Scott Quigg and Frampton didn't do, they did. You know what I'm saying? So we should really applaud these gentlemen for doing what they did. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, man. That fight was amazing. It just was, you know, back and forth action, high level.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Ness, thank you so much for that night. Casual, it was a pleasure. James, yo, you're like family, all of you. Whenever you need anything, you already know, Ness.
Thank you, brother. Pleasure is all ours, man. We appreciate every last one of you. That being said, 646 Chris is in the building. What's up?
Yo, what up, Ness? What up, James? I think I heard Wingy on there too. Yo, Ness, I appreciate the award, man. That shit is still a shock to me as well. I couldn't make it because I was in Syracuse the night of the event. I didn't get back till late. And James, it was nice meeting you as well, man. You know, I think that David Benavidez, I know you're cool with that camp and everything, but I think that David Benavidez stoppage that he got over Francis Ngannou, whatever his name was, I think that was bullshit. That was probably one of the worst fucking stoppages I've ever seen in my life. The guy was fighting, and that shit was insane. But you know, it was a great weekend, man. All in all, I'm just happy I got to bear witness to probably one of the greatest fights I will ever see in my lifetime. And I might be in a minority here. I've heard everyone tonight praising Keith Thurman, but I don't think enough credit has been given to Shawn Porter. He showed excellent footwork, and he showed an excellent ability to cut off the ring. He also showed an effective jab. A lot of times everybody's saying that he was smothering his work. He was also doing some great work on the inside when he had Thurman against the ropes.
Very good work when he had him against the ropes, man. He was shooting uppercuts up the middle, man. Yo, and he was going left hooks and right hooks to the side to each rib. Oh, man, he was doing some good work. I didn't believe that Keith stood on the ropes. I didn't understand that game plan.
I don't think it was Keith necessarily wanted to stay on the ropes. He had no choice because that's what, at the time, Shawn was doing to him. And, you know, Keith, he boxed well from the outside at times, but there were times when Shawn was actually countering Keith, and he was slipping under his shots, and he was boxing from the outside. And there was times when Thurman was actually pushing Porter against the ropes, man. And, you know, I might be in a minority here. I thought that I had Porter ahead. I thought I was in the minority at the Barclays Center. Well, the majority at the Barclays Center. All my friends called me up after the fight. Once I was able to get to my car, like, yo, we thought Thurman won. I was there like, I don't know, man. Like, the people I was next to, we thought that Porter won that.
Yeah, but you also didn't watch it on TV, did you?
No, I didn't. I was actually looking at the ring the whole time. When I'm there at the fights, I always look at the ring. I don't look at, like, the Jumbotron.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, home, you know, yeah, when you get home, because you got a little ride, you know, take a look at it on the TV and then get your scorecard.
That I don't know, man, because there I thought Porter lost the first round. Off the top of my head, I think that
yeah, and that right there, round. That right
Porter
there.
won 2, 3, and 4. Keith took the 5th. Shawn took the 6th and 7th. Keith took the 8th. I think Shawn won the 9th, and then Thurman took the 11th and 12th. So I had Shawn pretty much winning that fight. You know, but that was just me. I have to rewatch it, like you said, but I don't know. I thought it was a great fight. You know, I'm upset because I thought that Shawn definitely won that fight. But also, can I get that crow for Javier Fortuna? Because I definitely thought he was going to be Jason Sosa. I slept on him.
Yo, let me just eat some with you because I ain't make that pick, but I would have picked Fortuna anyway. And somebody just sent me the pictures right now. Like the shot is amazing. It's crazy, that picture. But yeah, man, he starched them. So I'll take some too.
Yeah, man, it was like, you know, but overall it was a great weekend, man. I enjoyed meeting up with everybody. It was an excellent experience, man. I'm happy I got to see that fight. And even I got to meet Sergio Martinez, man, and Mikey Garcia. I'm happy Mikey Garcia is gonna be fighting July 30th. That's crazy as well, you know. And
yeah,
it was a great night of fights, man.
Elio
You guys have
Rojas
a
or
good
something
rest
like
of the
that.
night. What happened?
He's supposed to be fighting versus like Elio Rojas, I think.
Yeah, man. That Mikey Garcia he's a cool dude, man. He stopped, like, he talked to people, and he had to take pictures of at least like hundreds of people, man. Towards the end of the night, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, no, that camp is very nice.
Yeah, man.
And that, yo,
But, man,
speaking of that, oh man. Anyway, Chris, let me get to some other callers because this thing is jam packed. Producer keeps hitting me up. Thank you again. Congratulations on the award. Next time, make it. I know it was not your fault. You know, work is important. But Chris, man, have a good night. We have to get to who's on. Oh man, we have a whole bunch of people on Skype that have not gotten a chance to talk. Who was first here? Coach Mitty, right? Mitty. No show for Mitty?
Yo, Nez, Nitty said he can't talk, so I take his spot.
Well, you taking some crow, first of all.
Oh, no, I don't get crow. What I get crow for? What you talking about?
You the one that didn't like this fight.
No, hold on. I told you during the car, so I'm going to enjoy the fight. I'm just telling you, this could have been their second time. I'll explain that right now. They got 2.6 million views, okay? If they would have kept doing this, been doing this, they probably would have got 5 million. I saw Boxing MD. Boxing MD, he pretty much know. I don't like none of his opinions. But he in the chat and he say that. And I gotta agree when he telling facts, man. If they would have done this twice already, if PBC wouldn't have been fighting Colazos and Danny Garcia wouldn't have been fighting some of the Apolli, the numbers, man, they never would have dropped. Now they at 2.6 million on the biggest fight they probably got to offer. One of the biggest ones. Come on, man. Yeah, they ain't really nothing to be proud about to me. Cause I watch Mike Epps show. He got a show called Uncle Buck. And he be coming on like one of them channels. He be doing like 5 million views. I saw the opening, did like 5 million. So how they gonna compete? And they gotta pay crazy purses when they doing that. I was hoping they can get a TV deal. I don't see that happening no more. So I'm kind of hot as a boxing fan. It's going away from me. I'm losing something. Ain't that I didn't like the fight, but personally I didn't like it as much as some as you did. I look at Shawn Porter and tell you his fights are never great to the eye, man. It's a lot of people done said it. I'm not gonna criticize him, man. I'm trying my best not to say nothing bad about it. I gotta say one thing though. I've seen people that play Tickle Monster with their kids. Unless you got children, right? You done played Tickle Monster, right?
Yep.
You gave yourself more space to operate than Shawn Porter does. Let's just say that. And that's just the truth. This dude don't give himself no space to throw no punches. Every punch he throw, his thumbs is up like he could hold a beer can while he punching at the same time. I always felt the Broner fight, I felt the reason Broner lost, he was not in shape. He wouldn't shoot shine back with Shawn Porter. When you on the ropes, you just got to shoot shine a little bit. He'll bag up. He'll quit. The man went to the corner. I don't know if you watched it on TV. I think you did. The man went to the corner. He told his dad, he said, Dad, he throwing in there with me now. What should I do? Back up. And then like sometime in that next round, he like took a step with his right foot back while they had their shoulder to shoulder. He just had his right hand cocked like he was going to do something different. I'm like, what the hell technique is that? Where it's at? So no, I was not pleased with Shawn Porter. I did give him rounds because he's stronger than most men. That's the only thing he be having in his favor for the most part. He want to wear you down and hope your technique fail, your stamina fail, and he can just outwork you. Keith Thurman did what Adrian Broner didn't do. He let his hands go, regardless if they was clean landing shots on the inside, on the ropes. He just let his hand go and flurry with them. And he would catch him, and then he would go back to outboxing him. What Keith Thurman didn't do, he ain't had no perfect jab. He ain't had no perfect jab. He didn't look like he looked like he was ready to get a fight up a whole lot. I don't think I was impressed with neither dude, or it was just that high level of a fight. But I feel like other fighters would have just took Shawn Porter by the horns and owned him. Like, okay, hit that jab to the body. Here's it up top. Now I'm spinning you. Now I'm turning you. And you do get me on the ropes, I'm going to fight you off. I'm going to tie you up. Kell Brook beats him again. Unless Kell Brook just a total cunt hole right now. He beat him again. Shawn Porter, I give him credit for something he said after the fight. He said, it ain't about winning or losing. It's about the competitors came out tonight. I give you credit right there. Now, I want to keep giving you that credit when Earl Spence come for that scalp. And you need to see if you can beat him too. And I want to make one more point, because I seen this man in the crowd and my stomach turn. I seen 2 cancer survivors in the crowd. I saw Anthony Durrell, and I saw Danny Jacobs. And I just been sick of Danny Jacobs as of late, and I got sicker even after I heard another interview. He talking about they ain't offering him enough money for Triple G. I ain't a Triple G fan, but if you can get 3 belts, bro, if that man wasn't no good, you would take $500K to take all them 3 belts. But you know you can't beat him. You scared of him. You want $7-some million. You want all that crazy shit. I'm gonna make this point right here. God gave you the strength to beat cancer, my nigga. He gave you the strength to beat cancer, but you don't think he can give you the strength to beat Triple G, dog? You whack for that. You whack for that. I bet you Anthony Durrell would probably take that fight, though. He whack for that. It's just simple as that. I can't rock with Danny Jacobs no more. That's
all right. Let me get to Boxing MD.
So, how's it going, Ness? Is James not there anymore?
He is not here anymore, and no one can be upset. He did fly out at 5 a.m., had to take 2 flights, and still was on the show. So credit to James. Remember, he actually showed up. So, yeah, talk boxing.
Okay. So you know, I ramble sometimes, but one thing I did say, and I made it clear the last show, was that the fighter with the better skills and the better athlete. And I know Casual had his own definition of athlete. And I think, like I said, hand-eye coordination, fast twitch muscles, other things involve an athletic prowess other than just being physical. And to be honest, and this is why I don't want to see a rematch, Steve Willis let Shawn Porter do whatever he wanted to do as far as bum rush, hold, force him against the ropes. And I think that's the best Shawn Porter could do against Keith Thurman, in my opinion. And I had it like you, Ness, 8-4. Because I think I had it like even up into the last 2 rounds, and I thought Keith won the last 2 rounds. And I don't know, one of the callers earlier said that Shawn Porter was in the hospital. And I'm not surprised at all, because there, as much, I guess, pressure or good work or whatever you consider Shawn Porter was doing, he was never really snapping Keith Thurman's head back. The way that Keith Thurman was landing that straight right and the left hook devastatingly on Shawn Porter. I mean, I know Ken Porter's getting a lot of shit, and people are saying maybe he should see a different trainer, but I don't think anybody, I mean, Ness, how many boxers at his age, what is Shawn Porter, 27?
Yeah, about, I mean, we could look it up, but yeah.
How many 27-year-olds have switched trainers at that age and started inventing a new style, developing a jab, developing what you consider boxing prowess at that age?
You know, you just can't say that because of the age he's incapable of change.
No, I'm saying the trainer itself changed. Like, yeah, I know he could change, but I'm saying like new trainers I think are somewhat overrated. I think sometimes bringing in somebody to help, you know, like I've said this a long time, a lot about Canelo, where I think, you know, maybe Chepo or Reynoso needs to bring in somebody else, but I just don't see it. I don't blame this on Ken Porter at all. I just think, in fact, I think Ken Porter has done very well with Shawn Porter. I don't think Shawn Porter has it as far as beating somebody like Keith Thurman. That Shawn Porter fought honorably. He did as good as he could do, and I just think that's Shawn Porter has peaked. And if you noticed, Ken Porter has said, I mean, he's the most honest trainer I've ever heard, to be honest, because he's even insinuated that he wants Shawn to, you know, go back to class, do these little things to think about life after boxing. And when people start talking like that, I mean, he already knows that his son, I mean, what more can he do, honestly? But one last thing I'm going to say before I get out of there. I still think Kell Brook is the best 147-pounder. And I love Keith Thurman. I don't know. I just see Kell Brook being a little better than Keith Thurman still. I don't know how you feel about that. I know he's unproven, but I think that.
Yeah, at this point, who has the better resume? At this point, who beat Shawn Porter better, right? And I'm not saying better because I guess a lot of people will say Kell Brook did it because he nullified Shawn Porter, but that's the point. He nullified Shawn Porter by holding him. Keith Thurman did not do that. Keith Thurman fought, he moved, and he gave us a good fight. That's why people are considering this as a fight of the year, not because there was holding. So if holding was something that was pleasing to people, Porter versus Kelbrook might have been fight of the year, but it's not, and it ain't. In that, since we're on that subject, it's only right that I at least go to someone from the European side of things, right over across the pond. So, Blackface, my friend, how are you?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. To everyone listening to the live broadcast or past show in the future, I need to eat my crow for Shawn Porter. Yeah. First things first. I don't think you should go back and score fights again. The judges don't have the ability to go back and score fights again and make corrections. I think you should get one shot, whether you're watching it live at the fight near the ring, where you're watching it at home, you're watching it at your girlfriend's house, you're watching it on a plane. I think you should just get one shot to score the fight, and whatever you call the fight that you should stick by that choice. I don't think we should be going back and changing corrections and changing rounds and such. But in regards to that, I think the Thurman Porter fight was a good fight. I scored it 7 rounds to 5 to Thurman, but I can understand how, you know, it could have gone either way because, you know, it was kind of close. I think Thurman winning the last 2 rounds, clearly, I think that kind of, you know, swung most of people's opinions in regards to Thurman winning the fight. Porter really needed to get one of the last 2 rounds in order for, you know, him to really win that fight. And I don't think he did in the end. I think it was fairly clear. I think Porter, he needs to be careful because he could end up just being like, you know, 147's version of Paroknikov or whatever his name is. I think decent boxers seems like they can just figure him out and beat him. But yeah, people saying that, you know, he needs to change his trainer and stuff. I don't agree with that at all. He can continue doing what he does, and I'm sure he'll be champion again. But in regards to the fight being kind of close, and people calling for rematch and robbery and such, I mean, this just goes to show how good. I mean, I don't like to keep mentioning stuff, but it just goes to show how, you know, potentially good the likes of Pacquiao and Mayweather were, because when they had dubious fights, Pacquiao had dubious fights with Marquez and he rematched him. Mayweather was having, you know, 50-50 fights and stuff with Castillo and Maidana, and he rematched them. Danny Garcia didn't go and rematch Herrera. Canelo didn't go and rematch Lara. They just ran for the hills, beat them. It's a funny victory. People think that they lost or drew the fight, but then they never had no interest in rematching them again.
Blackface, what's up with all the little static over there? Calm down while you talking.
What do you mean, calm down?
It was like a lot of background. I don't know, like that right there. You just did it right there. Whatever you're doing. Sounds like you're chopping up wood or something.
I don't know what it is. It's right. 2 o'clock in the morning over here. I'm just in complete silence. I'm not sure what's going on. But yeah, in regards to Eubank calling out GGG, I don't think Eubank really qualifies for that fight at all. But I like how Eubank is calling out GGG, and he's one of the only fighters out there that's actively calling out and challenging him. And
well, he really didn't, did he? He really didn't, did he? I didn't hear him actually call him out.
Well, I've seen other interviews.
Well, he had the opportunity yesterday. He actually didn't call him out, right?
Oh, right, okay. But he's actively saying he wants that, you know, he wants that fight, he wants the opportunity to make that fight. And I've seen interviews with his promoter Eddie Hearn saying, you know, they're going to put everything on the table, and we're going to really see in the next couple of weeks who really wants that fight. So GGG coming to the UK, I think it'd be a big event and such. I'm not sure if he's fought in the UK yet as Golovkin, but you know, it'll be a good event nonetheless. I can also Canelo with Liam Smith as well. I think you know, the foreign fighters are finally capitalizing on the UK fighters' stardom. You know, they're finally saying, okay, then let's just give these UK guys a chance, whether they're coming over to the UK or just giving UK fighters chances to fight them. I think that's good as well. In regards to Joshua in Brazil, you know, it was an explosive fight. Joshua looked good. I've said countless times before, I'm not really convinced about Joshua. I needed to see more from him before I start, you know, comparing him to, you know, the greats and such. And after what I've seen yesterday, you know, Joshua did good, but I want to see him fight someone that looks like him.
Hey, Blackface, we can't listen. I know it isn't just me. The chat is complaining as well. There's something wrong. It might be your microphone. Every time you speak, we get a really bad feedback. That being said, mute yourself or give your outro. We'll deal with it for your outro, but we can't allow you to. It's just something wrong. Go listen to it on the playback. Press rewind. No outro? Okay. That being said, got some more alumni. It's a jam-packed show, ladies and gentlemen. Do not get upset. I am the only one here. The captain is going down with the ship. I'm going to get to all of you, so be easy.
Remember me? I'm Stuart Little. I'm Stuart Little.
What's happening, Nestor?
What's up?
Yeah, I'm ringing in to stick up for Kenny Porter. Now, I understand what a lot of the boxing fans are saying about Porter's style, about his poor technique when he's punching. You know, he's terrible at finding the right range. But, you know, Kenny has give Shawn some good attributes. You know, he's got a very good jab and his fitness, you know. At the end of the day, he's not a tall guy. He's not a big guy for that weight. And he's always given a lot of reach and height. So he has to get inside and he has to be busy because he's not a massive puncher. So he has to get inside and he has to be busy and he has to snatch hearts. And unfortunately, he had a chance to win that fight last night. I had Thurman winning it by 2, but I thought Shawn Porter threw his chances away. I mean, every time he got Thurman on the roughs and he was smothering him and roughing him up, granted, some of them punches were horrible, but they were still connecting. They're hitting arms, they're hitting ribs, and Thurman was starting to look really uncomfortable in there. And I got a feeling that Thurman, you could take his heart from him. And I thought Shawn Porter, he has the style to beat Thurman, but he just doesn't have the ring intelligence. You know, he was his range was awful. You know, he just doesn't know when to throw the right punches. He was lunging in with left hooks to try, and you know, a guy like Shawn Porter, he's got to be using that nice jab. He's got to be getting inside. He's got to be roughing Thurman up. He can't be sitting at mid-range, long range with Thurman, a massive counter puncher with incredible accuracy as well. He's a cracking fighter, Thurman. But I thought Shawn Porter could have won that fight last night. But just unfortunately, he just doesn't have the ring intelligence. He hurt Thurman to the body badly, and Thurman was starting to blow. Even on the stall during the 1 minute break, he was blowing and he was not looking happy. And then Shawn Porter went on the back foot in the round after. I just didn't understand it. Trying to play the Floyd Mayweather, it don't work. Do what you're good at. He's not a massive puncher. He's not a great counter puncher, but he's a workaholic, and he smothers you and he makes it tough for you in there, and he can snatch your heart, and that's what he should have done with Thurman. I believe he could have won the fight, but unfortunately, you know, he didn't. And I think Kenny Porter is taking a lot of stick when, truth be told, I don't think you can change Shawn Porter. It's a bit like Ricky Hatton. I mean, Floyd Mayweather Sr., he taught Floyd to be the fighter he is, but he couldn't do anything with Ricky Hatton. Them sort of fighters, you just can't change them. And I think Kenny Porter being the scapegoat in this is a bit unfair because Shawn Porter held his own and could have won the fight. But I'm going to move on quickly to Joshua Brazil. Now, I'm not going to give Brazil too much stick because he showed incredible heart in there. And, you know, he took some massive punches off Anthony Joshua, but he just wasn't good enough. You know, there's levels to boxing, especially when you're world title level. You know, there's levels. He's just not good enough for that level. He just doesn't have the offense. He was standing up tall. He doesn't move his head. I mean, you're just asking to be knocked out by someone like Joshua. Now, Deontay Wilder is called for the fight. I'm a big Joshua fan. I still wouldn't want him to get in there with Wilder right now because I see bits in there where he was leaving himself open to big shots. I mean, he was lunging in with Brazil, but he was always first to the punch because he was a lot faster. And Brazil was always that's why Brazil couldn't catch Joshua, because he was always second to the punch and he was getting rocked himself. But I think with Wilder, with a quick right hand that he's got, you know, he could catch Joshua, and I think, you know, Josh could be in trouble. I still think Joshua's a better fighter than Wilder, but I'd still like to see Joshua take a couple more fights than before he fights Deontay Wilder. But yeah, apart from that, George Groves was George Groves. Martin Murray's finished, and it is what it is. Chris Eubank Junior, sorry. I just don't think he has the tools to beat Golovkin. He's going to give him a very good fight. He's going to hit Golovkin a lot, that's for sure. But he leaves himself wide open to big bombs, and especially hooks. I mean, when he throws them triple uppercuts, he's throwing them from his toes. and he's leaving himself wide open. And a big hooker like Golovkin, I just see him catching Eubank too much and too often, and I just think Eubank, he could get stopped. I mean, if my money was on an outcome, it would be for Golovkin to stop Eubank. I just think he's too green at the moment. He's too raw. I just think Golovkin's a different animal, and it's a shame that Eubank Senior has put his son in with a killer like Golovkin when he's not ready for that level. But it is what it is. But that's about it, Nez. Thanks for having me on.
Stuart, man, thank you for calling in, brother. We appreciate everyone who's been with us for so many years, like yourself, and some others, man. Yo, for so long, this intro, listen, let me tell you, it's four times whatever. How many of these? This is a lot here. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Look at that. 4 times 8 rows. And I've never moved this intro in hope that one day we would hear this guy one more time, right? Whoa. Oh, gave you a teaser, right? The man, we originally found out about this gentleman through Boxing Truth. You know, for all us diehard older folks, I guess is what I can say, who've been doing this for so long. You know, we all kind of met each other on the Boxing Truth, and this man was a listener there, and then he showed up on the Boxing Voice. And made his voice known, and then created his own platform, which I'll let him bring up. And man, I never in my life, this is why TBV Appreciation Night is so amazing, because never in my life, not me, not me. Yo, fighters say boxing gave him a second chance. Boxing gave me a second chance. Listen, I never thought I'd have a friend that for one is from Amsterdam and then would move to Abu Dhabi. So without further ado, young Abu Dhabi himself, huh?
If I was at the club, you know I balled. Chemo.
My man, how's it going?
Chemo, it was a pleasure finally meeting you after about 9 years now. It was a pleasure hanging out with, I mean, yo, we did it all actually too. They would be jealous of us. They would say we had too much fun.
You could certainly say that, Ness. I mean, I'm calling in not so much to talk about the fight, and just right off the bat, the fight was absolutely amazing. This was my first experience of a boxing fight on American soil, and I gotta say, the venue was absolutely incredible, man. I mean, the crowd had a perfect view, and the fight lived up to its expectations. Well, actually, to the opposite expectations, because I thought it was going to be an ugly fight. I thought there were 2 prime guys, but one of them always seems to end up in these grueling, you know, like grinding type of fights. And man, it was a fucking war, dude. I mean, I was going absolutely nuts. But I want to say something that, you know, like, for those that don't know, like you just said, I flew 14 hours, not necessarily for the fight. I came here to meet up with people that, you know, I've spoken to for years and years and years, and actually keep my interest in the sport going, because I come from a country where nobody gives a fuck about the sport, right? I mean, boxing where I come from is not popular at all. And man, it has humbled me, dude. I mean, I've met so many great people, especially also at your event. I mean, it was just such a warm atmosphere, man. And it's humbled me, the amount of love that boxing fans have for each other. And, you know, most of them I've never even met in my life, dude, like face to face. And it's been absolutely incredible, man. I mean, I met people that just listen in. I've met people that I've known for a very long time, like yourself, you know, like Castle Gill, Boogie Down Sean, The Dream, KH. I mean, there's so many people. I don't want to name all of them because I'll forget some people, you know. I mean, I must have met like, what is it, 60 people that I've known for years. Absolutely incredible. And I just want to say as well, for the people that couldn't make it or chose not to go, or whatever reason it was, please, next time, just make an effort. I'm going to try as well to come next time, wherever it is, because it's worth it, man. It's worth it just to show your face and just interact with people. Like, I mean, the relationships are better than you ever thought you had with these people, man. I mean, the way we've chilled with everybody, you know, those who were there when we partied with everybody, I mean, it was off the hook, man. It was incredible. I just want to thank everybody, man. Yes, you did a terrific job, and keep doing what you do with the Boxing Voice, man. I mean, it's great to have a platform, and you see as well, especially the people that just listen in, you know, from when they're doing their shift, when they're at work, and they tune in, and it gets them through the fucking day. But you don't realize unless you talk to them face to face. You don't realize that until you sit down with somebody. I mean, this guy, Killer Shawn, I got to give him a shout out as well. He was there with his 60 or 70, I don't remember, 6-year-old dad, man. You know,
it's Killer Shane, like MC Shane. Yeah, man. He brought his father Frank, man. Shout out to Frank. I know they watching and listening, man. And shout out to Shane. They're amazing. All of you guys. Chemo, I mean, yo, everything that you're saying is just true. The way that you and I picked up, like everyone is just, I mean, it was like it's like we always knew each other is the best way we could put it. I mean, there was no awkward moments where it's like, wow, so you're Chemo and it was just immediate embrace and love with not just you, but with everyone, with Shane. I mean, Shane has been texting me just as long as he's been listening, and, you know, to finally meet him. And then, you know, not only him, but his father and Patrick and Robert came from Toronto. We don't even hear him. I didn't even know he existed until the party. He never called in. This guy came from Toronto. This was amazing, man. It was crazy.
Yeah, exactly, Ned. Like I said, it's a humbling thing, you know, because you hear the voices of the callers. So many people around that just, you know, that love this sport, listen to the show, and they do want to join in some way. And some are even shy, you know, they never call in. I spoke to a couple of guys as well. But man, whatever, if you're listening, just get involved. Go to the fights, meet up with people, man. It's a fucking beautiful thing. This was the first time for me, and even though it's a heck of a trip, man, I want to do it again. So let's stay in touch. If it happens in another big fight, I'm gonna do my utmost best to be there, man. And that's all I wanted to say. Yeah.
I gotta ask you, is Ward Kovalev big enough for you?
For me personally, it is because these are two fucking good fighters, man. I mean, you're talking top 5, top 10 pound for pound facing each other, right? So for me personally, it is a massive fight, and I would definitely go see it. I can see why for some people it lacks a little of the, I wouldn't say stardom or anything like that, but it's okay. Let me use a term that Jose always uses, right? It might not be as a sexy fight for some people, but this is a diehard fan's dream, right? I mean, for me personally, I think it's a great fight. The atmosphere might not really be there because outside of Oakland, neither guys are really big draws, but it's a fucking good fight, I'll tell you that.
Well, Chemo, man, I want to thank you. I can't believe we met. This is amazing. Shout out to you for making the trip. I mean, just whoa. Shout out to you for making the trip just because you know, 14 hours, bro. That's insane, man. I mean, I know what 14 hours is. Look, you did it in a plane. I do it in a car just to go see Wilder. So believe me, I respect you. I'm glad that you came. You're such a cool dude too. This guy is well dressed too, you know. He knows he's got swag, all right, in his own weird way. He looks good, man. I had a pleasure hanging out with you. Yo, they even took my old ass to a strip club, so you know we had a ball. So all you little losers that didn't come out, think about that. I mean, I could go down the laundry list of shit that we did. It's insane, for real. And I'm just grateful, Chemo. Thank you for coming again, and thank you for calling in as well.
Thank you, brother. Keep up the good work, and yeah, to everybody that I met, I hope I see you again soon, man. Take care.
All right, brother. We're gonna get to some callers here. Again, we got so many of you. Do not get upset. This is the way that things happen. Larry from San Francisco, you're up.
What's up, y'all? It's Larry from San Francisco. Glad to be on once again, ready to burn. First of all, big ups to boxing. I don't want to hear anything negative from anyone about boxing's doom and gloom and how nothing's going good in boxing. June 2016 has been a tremendous month of boxing. Starting with Vargas and Toledo, you saw a war in that fight. You saw absolute dominance and grace from Lomachenko and Andrade. You have a young and upcoming heavyweight in Anthony Joshua showing why he is that again, and culminating in a fantastic fight yesterday in Keith Thurman and Shawn Porter. I was more than impressed. I was more than thrilled. My heart was pounding after each round. It was back and forth, seesaw. Everything that I thought would happen basically did. Thurman landed the cleaner, more effective punches, but we had a hard time keeping Shawn off of him. In the end, I do agree with the decision. I think it was 115, 113. And I think Shawn let off the gas a little bit in the last two rounds. He fought the 12th almost as if he had it won when he really didn't. And I think it was those last two rounds that gave Thurman the fight. I do want to lift up Thurman and you a little bit, Ness, too, about the smarter fighters win. He said he was going to fight smart. That's what he did. He sat back and let Shawn lunge in there, and Thurman cracked him. Right hand, left hand, all night long. I'm shocked, actually, that Porter ended that fight on his feet. Showed an amazing chin and an amazing ability to keep fighting through absolute bombs because he ate them throughout the fight. I actually think it was much more that than him smothering his own work. I think he just had a disregard for his own head, and that is what wound up costing him the fight more so than fighting too much on the inside. Wanted to ask, is Wingy still on?
He is not. Remember,
Wingy,
Wingy.
there?
No, remember, Wingy's actually from the UK, and he works tonight, or in his case, the morning, which is now.
Got you. Well, okay. Well, next you'll have to do then, my man. Joshua. A lot of people are calling for a fight against Wilder, a fight against David Haye or Tyson Fury. I'm of the opinion he's not ready for that yet. He's got 17 fights. He's still learning and growing. A Parker or even somebody stateside would be a bit more appropriate at this time of his career. But wanted to know what you and the people out there thought about that. I appreciate the time and go Boxing Voice.
Thank you, brother, for calling in, Larry. And no, I'm with you, man. He needs the time to grow. Definitely, he's not ready for Wilder, man. 908, you're up. What's going on?
What's going on? What's going on, bro?
Chilling, brother.
Yo, I was tight. I didn't make it to the appreciation night, but I ended up going to the fight with my girl's father. So we had a great time. We was actually in section 126. And I want to say something about the night in terms of the fight. Y'all had talked about it a little earlier. In terms of a star making money, people will talk about numbers and all. I think about numbers for a minute. But anybody that was in the Barclays last night, if they were there the same night when Danny kind of pulled it out against Zab, where he did things that made us say, all right, I got to respect what he did in the ring. I think it was the same feeling in the building. And I know some people booed it, but they did Danny the same way. And I just think in terms of a star-making moment, this is Thurman's, like, for real moment, you know? So, and he earned it based on his boxing ability. He was the one in the fight. It was those 2 rounds. Remember, this is more in the building. It was 2 rounds when he started boxing, and the crowd is booing him because he got on his bike for a minute and he started to dictate what Shawn was trying to do to him in terms of reversing the pressure. So when he started doing that, those were the 2 rounds that he easily slipped away with because Shawn couldn't figure out what the hell Keith was doing. So I mean, and for me to be there, it was exciting, man. It was a real great fight, and I think anybody that was a casual or to kind of get reintroduced to boxing, I think this fight, given the moment, to fucking Channel 2, free television on a Saturday night, after the NBA Finals, I think this was a wide open opportunity for boxing to get a nice little shot of juice in the arm, man. And as far as Joshua and Brazil, I mean, I really want to talk about that too much. I'm not disrespecting. I think Joshua is on his way up. I like to see him fight. I said it before, like a couple weeks ago. Let him fight Chagav or homeboy that just beat up on Derek Chisora. Let him fight him, and then we'll see where he goes from there. Fury, I don't even think he'd do so good against Fury just because Fury's just a big slob, and he might just try to outweigh him. But look, I ain't gonna hold up the line. Appreciate the call. Y'all keep rolling.
I mean, man, disappointed you didn't get up with us for at least a little pick, man. Next time we got to meet up, brother. We got to at least buy each other a bottle of water.
Got to, bro.
All right. Mike from New York. I wonder if this is the Mike I met. Did we?
Nah, it ain't the Mike you met.
We didn't meet at because I met another Mike from New York at the Barclays last night. It listens to the show.
Nah. We were supposed to link up, but I guess you didn't see my text till it was too late. You didn't see my message on Twitter till it was too late.
Yo, you didn't see all them people with TBV shirts? I don't see how I missed out on some of you guys. Damn. It was a lot of us, y'all.
I was up.
We was all by that 1876 bar. That's where everybody always hangs out at.
I'll know that for next time because I'm probably gonna go back for the Frampton Cruz fight. So hopefully, I come too.
I don't know about that. I'm kind of upset that one is over here, man. That deserves to be on the West Coast, man, for it to be or do right.
Yeah, but the fact that you got Mikey coming, I want to go and really support the show. You know what I'm saying? I want to see Mikey back in action, so I don't mind it. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I don't mind it. But I was up in section 219. It wasn't bad. It was a good view. It was a good view. It's very steep at Barclay, but it was good for the angle. Yo, when I was there, I had it 7-5 for Porter when I was there. When I came home, I couldn't go to sleep. So when I came home, I hit the DVR. I was like, I got it. So then I switched to 7-5 for Keith. But just in case, I'm gonna watch it one more time tonight after my little Game of Thrones. I'm gonna watch it and give one final synopsis. But yo, I wouldn't be mad anyway. As far as the talk about switching trainers and switching styles and all that stuff for Porter, I don't know. I mean, on one hand, hey, John Molina learned to box for a particular opponent. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes a dog can change, his style. You know what I'm saying? On the other hand, maybe like you said, maybe it is Kenny doing right by Shawn, but Shawn not listening. You know what I'm saying? I agree that he smothered his punches and he don't know how to find range and his footing is terrible. But I think he did a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? I think he's not getting enough credit as far as the punches he did land. But like I said, I'm gonna watch it one more time. As far as the England show, it was easy as far as Joshua. You know what I'm saying? I agree with you, Ness. I like the way he antagonized his opponent. Just sticking his tongue out, in between rounds at him. Like stuff like that. Like he makes it enjoyable, Joshua. You know what I'm saying? He's a good showman. It's like showmanship. That's the word. He's a good showman to his fans. So hopefully he fights somebody on his level still because he ain't ready yet for the Furies and Wilder's. He got to go through Joseph Parker. He got to go through the comms, that tier. You know what I'm saying? He stumbled onto a belt. He stumbled onto it because of politics, but he ain't ready yet. You know what I'm saying? So he'll get washed by Wilder or Fury right now. But other than that, it was a good show. I need that crow before I leave. I need that crow because I did pick Porter. So I'm an honest man. So give me that crow on the outfit. Hey, yo, man, to anybody from New York City or from the Tri-State area, let me know if y'all going to the Crawford Postal or the Cruise Frampton, and I'll be out there. That's my call.
All right, Mike, man, thanks for calling in as always, brother. We're going to head out to Maryland to a close friend of ours here at the Boxing Voice, someone that always gives us the tip on all the hot DMV guys on the come up, man. He keeps his ear to the street, just as hard as a grinder as I am. Juan Marshall, what's going on, brother?
Hey, what's going on, Nestor?
What's up?
CBV, what's going on? Hey, I just want to talk about some things, how we sit back, but people that haven't actually been to a boxing event, they need to go to the local shows. That way they can get the true experience of where these fighters came from, other than just all of a sudden seeing them on television. Then they can actually enjoy boxing. That's when you become the hardcore boxing fan. And last night, what I was most appreciative of was watching the hometown guy, Jared Hurd. He was a co-feature. A lot of people probably didn't agree with the stoppage. Maybe the position of the referee, that's why he stopped it. But, nonetheless, he got the win. But to the Shawn Porter, Keith Thurman fight, that's the true definition of boxer versus brawler. Porter being the brawler, Thurman being the boxer. Thing is, with a boxer can do pretty much both. And what Thurman did, he was able to engage with Porter when Porter was being the more aggressive fighter, but he was able to capitalize because he was a boxer. Thurman was a boxer. He was able to capitalize and be able to time Porter coming in. And you notice he was landing some good shots that pretty much stopped Porter from coming in at times. But the brawler that Porter was, he initially started it again. And he was landing some clean shots on Thurman. And my one concern I had about Thurman coming into the fight was, does he have longevity in going to complete 12 rounds, which normally he ends up depleting a little bit as the rounds go on. But this time, he looked pretty good this time, I think, Yeah, he got caught with some shots, but the boxer he was able to adjust. Now, if it was a thing where it was boxer versus boxer, I give the knockout going to Keith Thurman because of the power behind it. And Shawn is not a pure boxer, So, and the thing about trainers and, Kenny maybe, Porter maybe should step away from Kenny and all that. The thing is, you only say that because 2 fights that he's lost. And 2 fights that he's lost against two boxers. But the style that Porter has worked with everybody else. To work with Adrian Broner. He swarmed Adrian Broner with a lot of shots. Of course, Paulie Malignaggi swarmed him with a lot of shots. So it worked then. But now people say he should change trainers and step away from his dad because it didn't work against those 2 fighters. He fought fighters before, and it worked for him because he pulled those fights out. And much love to you guys. You guys been on the road a lot, Nestor. I put some time in, like you say, going to Alabama, and you guys were down in Florida.
Yes,
so
sir.
I'm pretty sure a lot of guys
Can't believe
fans appreciate what y'all do.
Yes, man. I hope that they do appreciate it as well. I can't believe that Ken didn't appreciate it. I can't believe that. Sad. I'm hurt. I'm hurting, man. I walked right up to him. I said, I thought it was a joke. I thought I wanted to hear I wanted to, man. You know what? I'm too open. That's what it is. I'm a fucking open book. But that being said, hey, Juan, man, let me get to some other calls. This is a jam-packed show.
Yeah,
thank you for calling in. And credit to Jared Hurd, man. I don't think the stoppage was poor. The kid was taking a lot of punishment. Hurd was doing his thing. Yeah. He was landing sometimes he was landing up to 4 left hooks at once. It was just bam, bam. It was, I don't know. It was crazy, man. I don't know.
Yeah, and the thing is, he wasn't putting everything on those shots like he normally would do. So,
well, it didn't seem like he was getting full extension on them anyway. Those hooks, they were really short. I'm wondering if he maybe take a step back. Yeah, I don't know, but I think if he take a step back and maybe could turn that over a little more, he'll get more leverage on it. But listen, Juan, let me get to some calls. I got some other alumni coming up. We're gonna get to Georgie. Don't go away. I see you, brother. You're up next pretty soon. Jay Will from Columbus, Ohio. What's up?
Yeah. What's up, man? Another great weekend of boxing, man. Real quick, man. I'm gonna start with the overseas fight, AJ versus Brazil, man. I honestly think, man, after this fight, man, and the whole eye test, man, AJ passes it for me, man. To me, honestly, looking at it, 16, 17 fights in, I mean, he looks more fundamentally sound than Wilder did 16, 17 fights. I mean, actually, far more fundamentally sound. Now, he still got some things he probably would want to work on, but honestly, if I was Wilder, I would try to pull a Mayweather Canelo. I would try to get a hold of AJ right now before he gets any better than what he is right now. That's what I would do if I was Wilder, because the more time you give AJ, the more it's going to be harder for Wilder to beat him, because Wilder did a lot of learning on the job. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I'll pretty much put Wilder in a position to fight him as soon as possible. Now, for the fight that everybody's talking about, man, the best fight of the weekend, definitely Keith Thurman versus Shawn Porter, man. Great fight, man. Great fight. I would have to honestly say, first how I scored the fight, 7-5 Thurman. And I picked Thurman too, so I don't get no crow this week. But I actually called parts of the fight, though. I actually said that Thurman will be actually backing up Porter, and that he did. Now, at times, I think Shawn started trying to dance, like one caller said, started, boxing off the back foot, which made no sense. And it did come right after the round. He won pretty convincingly by mauling him. And I don't know if that was just a plan to fight a certain way for a certain set amount of rounds, and then for another set amount of rounds, fight a different way. They're trying to confuse Keith Thurman, but it just looked awkward. Now, going forward for both fighters, man, real quick, honestly, man, just looking at Keith Thurman, man, to me, I was always a big one-time fan, but he got exposed to me. He got exposed last night, man, and this is how I think he got exposed. Everybody knew coming in, he really don't have a jab. His jab is pretty much non-existent. But not only that, is how he sets up his offense is merely just in exchanges and trying to counter. He if you notice, he had a lot of times to get off first on Shawn, and he didn't. He really don't know how. It's because he doesn't have a way to come behind a jab, because he don't have a jab. So I just think when he starts to fight more skilled fighters that are his age, that are as athletic as him, I think he's going to have issues, and he's going to really get into more fights like this because he doesn't come behind the jab, and he doesn't have a way to set up his offense. Like, case in point, like how the fight before that fight, Hurd, how he got that first knockdown, he set up that uppercut by coming right up under that jab. He set it up, though, by timing him. You would never see Keith Thurman do something like that. Keith Thurman always delivers his bombs in the middle of an exchange, and I think that's going to be dangerous, going on down the line, especially if he has to meet up with Errol Spence later on down the line. But going forward for Shawn Porter, man, this is what I have to say about the whole Ken Porter situation, man. Ken Porter, Shawn wouldn't be to where he's at today if it wasn't for Ken. So let's say that first. But honestly, man, this is something lacking. Either there's a disconnect between, even if Ken's trying to teach him it and he's just not receiving it, maybe somebody else needs to teach it so he can receive it. Because there's some things that's going on that's just uncalled for at this level of boxing, man. And just case in point, like one caller said that you can't teach a 27-year-old fighter, pretty much can teach an old dog new tricks. Well, I beg to disagree, because the one person who I've seen who really improved after changing their trainers was Maidana. He fought the way he looked like against Amir Khan versus how he was coming behind a very crispy jab against Mayweather. He was a way better fighter. So, and at the end of the day, though, they didn't change Maidana who he was. Maidana stayed true to who he was, a come forward, rough and tough fighter, but they just refined a little bit of part of his game, and it worked wonders. And that's what Shawn needs, man. He needs somebody to work just on a little wrinkle. The jab that he was throwing, make it more effective and come behind a more effective jab. And then you'll be damn near really unfuckwittable at 147, because if he gets on the inside constantly, effectively, who wants to deal with that? So at the end of the day, man, Ken should be on the staff as far as maybe physical training and strength training and all that, because he does great. But he needs somebody who's, a true genius in the boxing game, one of these old-time heads as a trainer to really teach him a wrinkle in his game to take him to the next level. And that's my call, man.
Jay Will, listen, you made hella points. Good call, man. Really good call. Really was a good call. Let me see. Oh, yeah. Everybody's favorite, right? Can't keep him on hold too much longer.
Fuck you. Yo, first of all, let me say, I don't play Showtime to see you all there not even putting a goddamn motherfucking effort. Fuck you. If I want to see two motherfuckers just fight, I pick up a fight with somebody in the street. Fuck you. Don't need that shit. You don't love that sport, my dude? Fuck you. Just move along. Gone. Fuck you. Next. What a great show. Thumbs up, donate. Hey, yo.
What up? What up, Mr. I didn't show up face? Mr. People was asking,
Yo,
where's
listen,
Georgie
bro.
Porgy at?
Damn, my dude, I couldn't make it, man. I apologize to everybody out there who want to see me, but couldn't happen. Hopefully next time.
Yo, everybody
But,
was like, yo, where's Georgie? Where I'm like, yo, I wish. They thought you lived over here in New York. That's what it was. I told them you was from Boston, so they're gonna forgive you.
Hamo got me kidnapped on his basement for a while, but I escaped though. I'll be good. Yo, listen, bro. Talking about your boy Hamo, he be doing good though. That was a good fight. I knew that Keith would not need his help to get a fucking win, but probably Shawn even do a lot better, throw more straight punches than when that. He probably, I mean, if somebody tells you it's a draw, would you agree to that? Somebody asks you, yo, this shit was a draw. Would you agree?
You putting me on the spot? You know I had it 116, 112.
No, but I'm saying, like, if somebody will make the argument, would you be mad at him? Would you say, like,
I wouldn't be mad.
stupid
No,
and shit?
no. I mean, look, I wouldn't be mad at him because, again, I like to live in reality, and I understand that, you know, like me, I like boxers, so I score for boxers, and there are people that like aggressors. They like Ruslans, right? So they score for Shawn Porter.
That's what I'm saying. It's like the whole sport is based on fight like this. That people got different, you know, opinions about it. So if somebody, I saw Thurman win like for like 2 points. It was close. But if somebody make the argument for a draw, I'd be okay with it too, you know. So I mean, it was a good fight. Can't hate, no crow here. Or if you want to give me crow for not showing up, I can take that too.
Well, I mean, who did you pick officially?
Oh no, I picked all winners. There wasn't who's supposed. I mean, I picked Thurman. I thought
so-
fucking James supposed to be getting some fights today.
Well, James got crow for picking. He picked Porter.
I know. I challenged him and he backed down. He chickened out, straight out document that pirate. People be documenting that shit. But
Hey Georgie,
anyway,
you know what?
yo.
Hold on. You know what a listener reminded me? He don't even call in. He's like, yo, tell Georgie he always acting like he undefeated on picking bets. But didn't you take his ponytail? It's been so long, but yo, don't forget, I'm the one that owns your ponytail, man. Don't forget that. I
Dude,
made
but
you
you don't
famous.
want none of this. You don't
I
want to
don't
make
want
no
none of
official
this.
pick. Who you got in that fucking Santa Cruz car fraud?
I'm going Santa Cruz early. Early going Santa Cruz. Early. Listen, Frampton ain't never seen that high output like that. He's a counterpuncher, and counterpunchers, they do like people that throw punches, but they also need time. They need to be set, you know? They don't want to be pushed. Look at Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman only won yesterday because he's a counterpuncher who's very athletic. Look how much he had to run, right? Come on. Could Frampton do that? Frampton got dropped. Frampton got dropped by somebody we never even heard of, man. Frampton made somebody famous by going down twice by somebody we never heard of.
I understand that, but Santa Cruz is, I mean, I always say these motherfuckers the biggest lie out there, and I was about to pick Carl, but I really got to think about it, because
Yeah,
somebody
think
make
about
it
it.
rough, gonna be him.
Think about it, because Abner Mares, we could say he's not skilled. You can say whatever you want. I'm not saying that. I know that he's a former champion, multiple division champion. I know he's fought some good names, and I know that he's a tough dude. He's going to come forward. He's going to make the fight. You know, is he the biggest banger at that weight? No, but it was a serious fight, and the way that Santa Cruz handled it, it shows something. And the fact that his output didn't drop versus another top-tier opponent means that he don't care who you are. He's going to still throw his 1,000 punches. That being said, I'm going to bet. I'm not saying that Santa Cruz is a sure win over Frampton. What I am thinking is his high output is going to be too much for Frampton. Like, eventually
I
you'll
don't
get
think
tired.
so. You know why? That nigga gonna pull the Cal Brugge on him. They pull Star
He
on
too
him.
little. He too little to
They gonna
hold.
make that
I got to see them face to face. I think the Santa Cruz is bigger than Frampton. Frampton has a big back, but I think he's short. I mean, the dude's body is sick too. I mean, he looks better than Santa Cruz.
Frampton is like 5'3", isn't he? That motherfucker ain't tall.
I don't know. I thought he was short. They all look short to me though, right?
He got the frame, Santa Cruz got frame on him. But if he can make it a whole fast, he probably gonna pull it out. Anyways, I want to talk about Fury. What's up with that nigga? He positive, he's bullshit or what?
Yo, dude,
Motherfucker's getting popped, huh?
have you heard of that site to put it out?
I don't know.
Exactly.
I heard just gossip. I'm asking you
Exactly.
because I get my info from you.
I don't report anything that I'm not sure about.
So that's it official, just rumors and shit.
That's all
People discrediting motherfuckers.
Listen, anybody right now,
Holy shit.
you could post anything on Facebook and it could, it could go viral. And if it doesn't go viral, you could pay to make it go viral. Facebook ads. I mean, you do what you want, right? So, people that
I guess so.
I'm just saying that's not to say that it isn't true. I don't know. I know that I've never, I don't have any affiliation or, sort of knowledge of that source to put it out.
I do, and my affiliation is TBB, so donate, support, baby. Keep that fucking thumbs up on YouTube. And who the fuck won that belt, that WBC Mafia belt shit?
Yo, you know who won it? We about to look for him right now. Oh, matter of fact, ladies first. Bye. Tasha, what up?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on?
What's going on? How you doing?
Good. Sorry I couldn't make it to you guys' little shindig. Shout out to Monster Peace.
Yeah, we missed you. It would have been good to have 2 TBV female callers in the building. That would have been amazing.
Yeah, maybe next time. The fight, Thurman Porter, it was exciting, but I feel like that both of them just showed some weaknesses. I don't know if Thurman had ring rust. Shawn didn't have a plan B, and if he did, he didn't execute. I did pick Thurman to win the fight, and I don't think I had it 116, 112 too. What I wanted to talk about was Anthony Joshua right quick. I don't think it's right. I don't think it's fair that, I think you and some of the other fans that keep saying that, he's not ready. But he was ready to go for a belt from Martin that, was an easy win. And now another champion calls you out and everybody's saying, oh, I'm not ready. I don't get it.
Well, I'm sure you heard Wilder, make his offer. He knows that both Fury is going to be ready and Joshua is ready now. All he has to do is not make another fight and instead start to negotiate.
No, I got
with Wilder.
that, but everybody's saying he needs to fight somebody else. You know what I'm saying? He when Charles Martin called him out, he was ready to take that fight. He was ready to take that easy fight, take that belt back, take that belt back to his country and be all proud. But now another champion calls him out, and now the fans are like, well, we don't think he's ready.
Oh, so you're saying
not right there. If you're a world champion,
saying we're
you need to be
coddling
ready.
him. You're saying we're coddling him.
Say what?
I said you're saying we're treating him like a baby or something. We're giving him passes.
Yeah, you giving him passes because it's okay for him to. Nobody said, oh, well, he wasn't ready for Charles Martin. He wasn't ready to be a world champion.
Yeah,
nobody
but
said that
Tasha,
when Charles Martin called him out. Now you got another world champion calling him out, and now people saying, well, I don't think he's ready. I mean,
well, you and I know you are a long-time listener, so around here I like to say reality. The reality that we live in, you and I, is that he fought Charles Martin because Charles Martin isn't Deontay Wilder or Tyson Fury or any.
Absolutely.
So you know that. Why even stress
but he's a
yourself?
world champion. He's a world champion. He's knocked out.
So you want to put him
he's
on
faced,
blast? Is what you want to do?
Whether they were bums or not. You know what I'm saying? He knocked out everybody he faced. At what point do you think he's going to be ready?
And that is definitely a question for some UK listeners, right? I mean, because I don't think he's ever going to be ready, to be honest. Like, I'm always going to pick Wilder. So whenever you guys think he's ready, I'm still picking Wilder.
I think he's ready. I think he's ready. And
ready to be served up.
Know if I don't even know if Wilder can beat him. But don't baby this dude. Don't baby a world champion. Don't baby a heavyweight world champion. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, you also have to remember that he said it himself. He's in no rush. He's in no rush. You'll see the next fight is probably going to be Bermain Stavern or Eric Molina. Listen, Eric Molina and I were talking when I was in Alabama, and he told me they already offered him the fight, but his hand was hurting. He said, yo, I really want to try and win. I'm not just trying to get a paycheck. I'm not. Everybody is saying the same thing that Brazil said. They don't want to be Charles Martin. But, you know, Anthony Joshua is showing us it doesn't matter if you're Charles Martin or not. You're still going to get beat up. I still want to see him versus somebody on his level.
Who's on his level?
I mean, if you want to give him tests or you want to put him in there with the Wolves, because the Wolf is Deontay. You know it and I know it. I mean, all they got to do is call. They just got to pick up the phone. We all know what's going to happen with Areola. They can start negotiating right now.
Bomb Squad!
The only thing I'm saying is with heavyweights, it seems that it's different. There is no testing. You know what I'm saying? When Brazil, nobody told Brazil, oh, he's not ready. He needs to fight somebody else before he fights Martin. You know what I'm saying?
You mean Joshua?
I don't know. That's just how I feel. I love y'all though.
I love you too, Tasha. Next time you got to come out, girl. Listen, we're gonna put out the video. You'll see how warm and inviting the environment was. No one was acting crazy like that ridiculous chat, because you gotta imagine the people in the chat, they're not gonna show up. But Tasha, thank you for calling in. I'm gonna get to some other callers here. Class and Bound, talk to me.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. So what's up, guys? This weekend we've got a lot to talk about. I want to talk about two things. Obviously, the two main points. The first thing I want to talk about is Keith Thurman from Shawn Porter. I hope people aren't complaining about this fight, because I mean, this fight was one of the best fights we've seen this entire year. I mean, we got a fight we all wanted to see. It was competitive. It was entertaining. Both fighters had their moments. I mean, you couldn't ask for anything more. What I will say is people need to cut Shawn Porter, or actually they need to view the fight more than just, oh, the loser lost, so let's point out all the things he did wrong, and the winner won, let's point out all the things he did right. Like, it was more than that. Like, Shawn Porter had the right game plan. Porter did the right things. It's like, do you know why you get inside to smother your, like, either like, oh, he's smothering his punches. Do you know why he did that? Own punches to get inside. Thurman himself isn't getting off because.
Class and Bound, I'm sorry to terminate you, baby. Call right back in and press 1 because you have a horrible connection, or go outside. What do you want to do? I'm going to keep you on and you decide. You want to go outside? You want to get a better location? You sound horrible.
Hold on. Hello?
Do you hear us now?
Hello?
Do you hear us now?
Yeah, I hear you guys. Is it all clear now?
It is.
All right, solid. So with Keith Thurman, Shawn Porter, I mean, like I said, Shawn Porter did the right thing. He did exactly what he needed to do against someone like Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman likes to move around the ring. He likes to take his time, set up distance with his shots, and if he gets you at a distance, he'll do exactly what he did to Diego Chavez and you know, pick him off and start counter punching him until you're done. Like, once Chavez couldn't like bang with him anymore, it was done. Thurman started timing him, and that's why I give Porter a lot of credit. But what it comes down to is, you know, Thurman gets a lot of credit because he toughed it out. Like, you know, he went in deep in the trenches with Shawn Porter. Like, Shawn Porter was trying to drag him through the mud, and you know, Thurman got out, fought when he needed to, boxed when he needed to, and just did well. I'm really impressed by him. I mean, you couldn't ask for anything more. So Thurman deserves all the credit in the world, and Shawn Porter is still a top 5 147-pounder. I don't care what anyone says. That fight was, you know, two of the arguably best top 3 welterweights in the division right now. So, I mean, good stuff. And as for, my favorite topic, the heavyweights.
Oh, man, yeah. I wanted to sneak a little question in, but go ahead. I don't want to, it's too many callers. Go ahead.
All right. Well, you can sneak it in after this, but what Okay, so with Anthony Joshua and Dominic Breazeale, Breazeale gets credit for lasting as long as he did. I thought that fight goes 3 rounds. It lasted 7, so good for him. I'm going to be honest, though. Joshua, his mandatory is Joseph Parker, right, for the IBF title. Is that correct?
I don't know, but if it is, you see, that's another thing. Like, Parker is untested. We've seen him not look that great versus Takam. You know, so it's like
no.
all these not ready people.
Yeah, for sure. Like, you know, Joshua, it's like we want to try to gauge Joshua, and like I don't ever want to take credit from Joshua because he looks phenomenal when he performs. He does exactly what he needs to. Like, whether you want to call his opponents bums or not, he knocks out the bums. He doesn't go the distance. He doesn't struggle with them. He takes them out. He does exactly what Deontay Wilder does. And but I'm gonna agree with Stuart what he said. Like, you know, that fight. Oh man, I don't know if I don't think Josh was ready for that. He needs like a Pulev or like even no. You know what? No, no Chisora. Absolutely not. No, that's not acceptable. Like a Pulev opponent, a Bryant Jennings is acceptable. I don't know.
But class and bound. You did hear the question that Tasha presented when she said, since when do we give championship or title holding heavyweights a pass to develop instead of facing the best in the division?
You know what? That's absolutely, you know what? That's a good point. You know, but weren't we the ones talking about, you know, we didn't give Martin much credit on how he won the belt because we all saw how he got that belt, right? That awesome punch that happened to knock out what's his face's legs out from under him.
Yeah. Your point is?
It's just like, I mean, if you know, I talked about, you know, I'm the same person that said Danny Garcia should have been in the top 10 for pound because he went up a division. He claimed 140, was up 147, has a belt, and they're like, oh, you have to look impressive. Well, Martin didn't look impressive getting a world title, but Joshua proved like he's far better than the Areolas and the, you know, the Martins, the Breazeales, the Mansours of the world. Like, he's on that level. But do you think Pulev or like any person like that is below or at the level of a Deontay Wilder or a Tyson Fury?
Well, first and foremost, Pulev, all I know is the Vladimir Klitschko fight. You know, I have my philosophy, which I still hold on to a sense. I'm not watching him till I gotta watch him, and he hasn't made me want to watch him. After the loss to Vladimir, who did he fight? I think I did watch that fight. I'm not 100% sure, but that's the thing. I don't like. First, we have to admit to one another that even though Joshua's a champion, we understand that right now Wilder and Fury will beat him, and that's why we want him to face anyone else. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I actually that's absolutely true. I will go on and say I would take both of them. You know, I would favor both of them if that fight was ever made next for some whatever reason, Fury or Wilder versus Joshua next. I take either of the two to beat Joshua right now. Okay, so now if we're both living in that realm where we both believe both Fury and Joshua beat, Fury and Wilder beat Joshua, then yeah, anybody like that, Pulev, Parker, all those guys, because that's what's left, right? I mean, if you wanted to make it a little sexy, I guess throw Bryant Jennings in there, but so it's a known opponent, but he doesn't have the amateur background or the professional background. I don't know who else is out there. Maybe Mansour, but he's 44, right? Malik Scott?
No, Malik Scott. He's not gonna get a knockout. I mean, he's just like this boring boxer to me. I don't know. Am I disrespectful for saying? Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Listen, Malik Scott. I just don't know. I don't see him knocking Joshua out. So it's like it's just gonna be how long is it gonna take Joshua to knock him out? I don't want to see that. I want to see Joshua in a fight.
Well, okay, or Ortiz. I know I know that's a stretch.
Hell yeah,
an Ortiz.
Hell yeah, but Ortiz, I don't think you guys would want him to fight Ortiz. I think Ortiz, the perception of Ortiz is that
I would take that fight.
So wait, so you don't believe Ortiz will beat Wilder because that's the perception that Ortiz is like this heavyweight that's being dubbed.
No, but Ortiz is like, you know, Ortiz beat Bryant Jennings. Like, Jennings was never a title holder. He had a good showing against Klitschko, but he isn't a title holder. Like,
that's a very good point.
Ortiz is a puncher. He's proven he's skilled. He's done away with the opponents he's needed to. Like, he surprised all odds. So I mean, that would, for me, if he beats Ortiz, go right to Wilder, go right to Fury, because that's the biggest thing after. Like, or Klitschko if he wants to do something else.
Hey, I'm sorry there. Man, I like I said, I just want to see Joshua in a fight, and any notable heavyweight that's had a good showing, isn't coming off a loss, isn't coming off a layoff, isn't moving up from cruiserweight. Actually, no, because see, he would knock out Steve Cunningham, but at least Cunningham, you know, and you see Cunningham is 42. It's just like, what is the heck? I'm going to have to pull up the rankings. I can't even find anybody worthy. Anyway, class and bound, let me get to some other callers here. Who we got? 206 Seattle, talk to me.
Jeez. Yo, it's good. Skull.
Skull, what's up?
Hello?
Yo.
What's good, B?
What up? Sorry to keep you waiting, brothers. Just so many callers.
Yeah, I already know. I got the shit said 2 hours on my phone. I said, God damn. It's all good. You know, it's always a good show to listen to.
That mean your blood pump TBV, baby.
Yeah, man. But shit, I'm surprised everybody's talking shit about Porter, man. For real, I thought he looked better in this fight than he has in any other fight. To be honest with you, he showed a lot more skill in this one than his last two, really. Because that Brook fight, he looked shitty. Like, I'll be honest, I didn't even really like him like that. I thought he was kind of weak. But shit, he didn't smother as much. You know, he didn't smother as much. There's a level to it when, like, towards the 8th, 9th round, after Thurman kept catching him with them left hooks when he was coming in, he found a way to counter that and was coming over the top of Thurman's left hook. So, I mean, there's levels to the shit. He coasted those last 2 rounds and kind of gave the fight away after giving away those last 2 rounds. But otherwise, it was a close fight. I had him up in the fight all the way through 8 or 9 rounds. I kind of stopped counting the rounds after that, but it was a good fight. I don't think he needs to switch trainers and shit. His dad was telling him the right thing to do. Come over the top with that right, push him up against the ropes, you know, create some, you know, all the good shit, man, all that good shit, man. And then fucking Dominic Brazil, he is who we thought he was, man. I don't know why everybody's even talking about that fight. Niggas knew he was trash 2 years ago, you know? So that fight was boring. I slept through that George Groves fight. Them niggas was weak to me. I saw that Eubank. He's going to get his head knocked off versus Triple G. That's too bad. I like the kid. I like his little style and all that. Do little uppercuts and flashy and all that, but he's going to get his block knocked off. But shit, man. What else? That was about it, man. For real. I need to see that Thurman versus that Brooks so we can figure out who's the top dog at this 147, you know what I mean?
All right, Sko, man. Thanks for calling in, brother. Still getting to everybody. Let me see. Where is Joey at? Been looking for Joey. Here we go. And the new WBC 1980s Ali edition champion, Joey from Indiana. What is going on, my friend?
It was good, hey, Ness, but today I'm Joey from Brooklyn, man.
Joey, you still in Brooklyn, huh?
Oh, man, dude, I ain't gonna lie, man. This has been great. Like, the people down here, everybody's been amazing to me, man. Like, the diversity. I mean, I've encountered and met so many cool people, and then that TBV party, man, was just, I mean, last night was epic, but, man, that Friday night was just, I didn't want that night to end, dude. Like, I didn't want that party to end. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just the conversations I got to meet Monster Peace and her husband, man. We had a good talk. He was a cool dude. There was just so many cool kids. I can't remember everybody's name, man, but I was just talking with everybody and just really had a good time, man. You know, I really wish I got to hang out with you guys. Well, I ran into y'all at the fight yesterday. That was cool, man. I ran into let's see, Peter Cards from Paulie's Boys showed me mad love. Michael Woods came up to me, showed me mad love. It was cool, man. I really loved it out here, dude. I really had a good time, and but it was just, Ness, shout out to you and to James, you know, the Cavs for putting that together, dude, because that was what it's all about, man. I mean, that Friday night was just fun. The DJ was playing some heat too, man. I was feeling good in there, man. You know, but everybody was like, I kept telling people too, I was like, it's crazy because it's like, shout out to my boy Raphael, Ness. He was one of the first dudes that was there when I got there.
Yeah, Rafi was there, yeah.
Dude, that dude is cool, man. Like, he showed me mad love, and he's just a cool dude to talk to. He had me rolling, man. I was dying, and he's cracking me up. But it's like, I don't know anybody on a personal level, but I felt like just due to the sport of boxing and due to this show, your show, you know, I felt like I knew everybody. Like, I was at home. I wasn't shy. I was just talking away, dude. I was just talking. And it was just fun to carry it over into last night at the fight, man. And, you know, this is why I wanted to come all the way down here, man, to my boy Thurman. And I ain't gonna lie, Ness, I was in there, I was shaking. I was like, man, can he win? Is he gonna win or what? I didn't know what was gonna. It was a great fight, action packed. I had great seats, man. I was sitting around a whole bunch of fighters and even Peter Quillen, Ness. You know, he came up. I saw him last night at the fight, and he showed me mad love. And I thanked him again for us, man. I was like, dude, we really appreciate you coming to the party Friday night, man. I said, you made a lot of dudes night, man. He was like, man, no problem, man. Anytime you got the good people. So he even acknowledged it last night in front of his boys, man. So that was cool, but I really respect him, man. And it was just, I got nothing bad to say about New York, dude. Like, I loved it here, man. Like, even the subway. I mean, the subway is crazy, but it's just like, I don't know, man. It was just, I took it all in. I don't want it to end. You know, I'm getting ready to pack up here in a little bit and fly out in the morning. But it was just crazy, man. I really enjoyed it. And I know you asked the question earlier, Ness, about what fight would be good. You know, the Ward and Kovalev. I'll be honest with you, man. I've been to California and to Las Vegas before, and I don't think I would have. If I would go again, it'd be as good of a time as in New York, dude. New York is it's on a whole nother different. The diversity to me is big, man. And like, I met so many different people here, and it's just, I don't know. I'm coming. I'm gonna make a point when I come. I'm gonna bring my wife next time. We're gonna come, Danny Garcia and Thurman. If that's here at the Barclays, that's gonna be the next trip I'll probably come for sure.
Nah, you know that's a Vegas fight. That's a Vegas fight.
That's a Vegas fight?
Yeah, plus, Keith got a mandatory. So it's time for a soft one. Who's the mandatory for that belt?
Man, it's the dude that beat Shane Mosley about a month ago.
Oh, well, there you go. So he might, hopefully we get a Florida one, baby. I need a vacation. I want some beach water and some sun. So I hope they give Keith another little sun bowl joint.
That's word. I wanted to chill with y'all when y'all was in that lounge yesterday. I was a dude from my hometown in East Chicago. He works for them. He reached out to me. I didn't even know he was there. But he works for that. What do you call that watch company? That
Azad. Yeah, Azad watches.
Yeah, he reached out to me and he was like, "Where you at, man?" I was like, "Dude, I'm on the floor." He came down and got me and took me up to the suite, dude. I met a couple of UFC fighters up there. He showed me mad love. And then when you guys came up and said what's up, he was like, "Man, you know more people than me. I've been living out here for about a year." I was cracking up, man. But y'all showed me, man, dude. Ness, this was awesome, man. It was worth the trip, man. Even Keith Thurman's dad, dude. After the fight, I talked to him again, and we rapped for about a good 5 minutes until your boy came. Ali Setback came and started trying to do an interview on him. I'm like, man, I had a real good talk with Thurman's pops, man. He's a cool dude, man.
He is, man.
But it's all good, man. But then, again, I don't want to hold up, but thanks again for everything, man. I really appreciate it. Man,
thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank all of you guys that showed up, man, for sure. It was an epic night, man. We appreciate every last one of you guys, man. And hopefully, as we grow, you know, hopefully the price could come down and the event could be bigger and it can even last longer, like you said, because we didn't want to leave. I mean, we didn't leave, right? It was supposed to end at 9:30 and nobody leave out of here till like 1 in the morning. We loved it, man. And we appreciate everyone that supported the event. Remember, this is a fan-driven show. So we do everything based off of your contributions. That's how we get where we get, and we do what we do.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you a young fella, and he comes from the Magnolia.
Whoa, what's up, Ness, bro?
What's going on, NL?
Ain't nothing, bro. See, bro, that was a fire fight the other night. I wish I was in the building, bro, but I got caught up over the road, bro. But like, man, see, bro, that looked like that was a spot to beat, bro. You know what I'm saying? I wish I was in there, man. But like, see, bro, I needed that fight, Ness. I needed that fucking fight, dog. Like that bitch. Like, see, that fight got me energized now, bro. They need to keep that ball rolling. You know what I'm saying? They need Danny Garcia and Broner or something. Like, I don't need to see Garcia and Berto, bro. I need to see Broner. I need to see a rematch with Porter. Was that too soon? But somebody, man, they need to keep that ball rolling. Keith Thurman and Garcia. Let's start cleaning the division up, bro. Because, like, last night, I don't think there was no losers last night. You know, Keith Thurman, he got denied. It was a close fight. It could have been a draw, but I could see it being 7-5 for Thurman. But I think both of their style rules. I don't think nobody really lost that fight, bro. You know what I'm saying? In my eyes, it did. But yeah, man, they need to keep that ball rolling, bro. As far as Wilder and Joshua, they need to make that fight next. You know what I'm saying? He gonna run through Ariola, man. Ariola, he coming to get a check. He ain't about to do nothing, man. He coming to get this last check. You know what I'm saying? Go in there, lay down. He don't make it look good, you know what I'm saying? Come in there, lay down, and then boom, let's see what's down with Wilder and Joshua, man. Let's clean that up. You know what I'm saying? Because Fury, I think his ankle broke or something, so I ain't even worried about him right now. You dig? But like, yeah, man, next you was in the building, man. It was electric in there. What, man? It looked like it was electric in that thing.
Man, it was amazing, bro. It was amazing. But, you know, boxing is what you make it, man. If you allow yourself to love it, you're going to love it. And that environment was electric. Everybody there was happy because we got what we wanted. I just hope that the powers that be are watching. They're listening. They respond because the public responded to a good fight. They showed up with no undercard. 12,718 people was there. So, you know, I just hope that, you know, Al Heyman, you know, Golden Boy, Top Rank, whoever it is, you know, I hope they continue to put on good fights because it's cool. Like, and just to, you know, interact a little bit with your call, and I'm going to place you on mute and go ahead to some other calls, but I do want to, on your point, like, really, I don't really care where they go. Like, if Danny goes to Broner, I'm happy. Danny goes to Berto, I'm happy. Thurman goes to Danny, I'm happy. Thurman goes to Berto, I'm happy. Thurman goes to Broner, I'm happy. Like, these are the names that we know. Those fights are sexy to me. Like, Thurman going back to Karras rematch, no, I'm not happy. You know, Thurman having to deal with this mandatory, no, I'm not happy. You know what I'm saying? Thurman fighting Shane Mosley, no, I'm not happy. Unless Shane Mosley knocked out Danny Garcia, then yeah, I'm happy. So that's the way I look at it, man. That division, look, and Earl is on his way up. Like, these guys can't be denied. Like, I doubt they're going to give Thurman an Algieri fight, right? Like, because that won't happen. So I think anywhere, any direction Thurman goes from here is going to be a good one. I'm sure he's going to take some time off. I know I was in the locker room. He's suspended for 60 days because of the cut. He had to get stitches. You know, it took him forever. That's why the post-fight press conference took forever. Luckily, you know, Keith Sr. let me back there, and I got to get some goods for all you ladies and gentlemen. That being said, yeah, so he's going to be out for like 60. Then they're going to have to do some negotiating with whoever's available, right? And see what's biggest. Because right now, he's sitting at the top of the division. For all the people that thought Kell Brook was the man, and maybe he still is the man, right? But since everyone talks resume as much as we do, right now, Keith Thurman's resume is looking a little better. And that's simply because it's a all the fighters that he's faced up until this point. Whereas Kell Brook's biggest name is obviously just Shawn Porter. You know, the Diego Chavez fight now looks, all these things in retrospect look good when you did what you did to Shawn, right? In the way that you did it. So let's get back out to the streets, California. Santiago, dímelo.
Man, that's the kind of fight you hope to see on a channel like CBS, and especially with the Showtime broadcast on there. First and foremost, I just gotta say, Joshua looked really good. He looked really good in doing what he needed to do for his first title defense against Dominic Breazeale. Whoever was the one that said he wasn't making it out of the 7th round, I owe that guy his choice of life, whatever it is. And as for the Porter-Broner fight, that fight was a hell of a fight. Definitely, as far as I'm concerned, a fight of the year candidate, if not maybe the fight of the year for the welterweight division. And it was a really, 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 really hard fight to score. I was there with my boys watching it together. And honestly, after 12 rounds, I had it 5-5, 2 even. There were 10 rounds in my book. I actually scored draws in that fight. So, but I'm not in any way, shape, or form like upset with the scores. You know, I already told you when I called in on Thursday that my heart goes out to Thurman. Thurman did what he did. Porter looked really good on the inside when he did actually let himself have enough room to do what he needed to do. But Thurman came out on top. And honestly, sky's the limit for him. It's a very deep division. You know, if he gets in with any of the other champions or any other top contenders out there, we have a lot to look forward to. And then we still have a lot of good fights to look forward to. You know, next month is Santa Cruz versus Frampton. I agree with you that I do think that Santa Cruz's work rate will probably carry the day for him, especially since he's at least 2 inches taller. You know, I mean, Frampton has been working against being a shorter man, but I don't think he'll be able to handle that kind of work rate that Santa Cruz regularly has with him.
Well, thank you for calling in, Santiago. And I just want to report that Team Fury is saying that they're baffled by the story in the Mirror. And Tyson Fury absolutely denies any allegations of doping. He looks forward to recovering from his injury and defending his titles against Vladimir Klitschko in October. So so much for that, and him testing positive. And remember
to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
And I want to send a big shout out to All Day Dre. I wonder if that's All Day Dre from DC. All Day Dre with the quick 5-star review. Title is Subscribe or Die. Love it. Thank you for that title. Well put together, good host, good cast of callers, 5 stars. Short and sweet. Let's get to some other callers here. We have 845. You're live. Who's this? Where are you calling from?
Killer Shan, man. What's good?
Oh, what's up, brother? My man, what's going on?
I'm calling in, man. I'll eat my crow first. I have Porter, so I'll take some crow.
Yo, where's Frank at?
Yo, he's not here right now, but yeah, you know, I called more about the event. The fight was awesome. It was a great fight. I mean, if you're a fan of the sport, that was a great fight. But I wanted to make sure I made it to your event, man. And yo, it was an awesome event, man. Meeting everybody from Chemo to Rob the Genius to
Rob the Genius was in the building. That's right. I almost forgot.
Yeah, the Genius was there. Exactly. And then meeting guys like Joey, man, and then seeing him when I'm watching the fight on TV. I seen him in the crowd. I was crazy. I was like, oh shit. And you know, seeing meeting guys like Bruce and guys who don't really call, but they love the show just like me. I'm not a big caller, but we love this show, man. You know what I mean? So I said tonight I got to call and let them know that thing was great, man. If you didn't come to this one, man, go to the next one, man. The love that was in that room was the truth, man, for real.
Yo, we had a ball, man. It was crazy, man. The way that we all just
we did. Yeah,
the way that we all just like the minute everyone was introduced, and it's like, yo, this is Info Joe, and look, this is Canadian Jose. Oh, that's, and it's like everybody just, there was no awkward moments. It was crazy, man. Crazy.
Nah, man, Castle Hill Gill.
I
met a dude named Steve Rodriguez, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
Steve.
Patrick, the big muscle dude.
Yeah,
Yo, my
Patrick
man.
big.
You know, shouting all them guys out.
Word, Patrick big as hell. Yo, I got to get in the gym with Patrick.
Yeah, he is. Nah, but man, you know what? That's what I love about this show. You don't have to agree all the time, but you know what? We all fans of this sport. And like I said to them guys, and I told you for the show and everything, I salute everybody who was there supporting it. And I salute you for putting this show on, and all them other guys, and, you know, everybody who's part of the panel and everything. Yo, definitely worth going to. And I take my hat off to you, Ness, man. And that fight was dope, man. And they may call me crazy, but I had to score for Porter. But you know what I'm saying?
Whoa.
I feel like that fight reminded me a little bit of Sugar Ray versus Hearn. No, not Hearns. Hagler.
Yo, is that Porter gave those shades, man, the way that, you know, he tried everything, man. His jab, it was good, it was assertive, but yo, Keith is just faster, man. He's just faster.
No doubt. My pops had a Thurman. My dad, you know, he picked Thurman and he thought Thurman won. We argued here, but you know, that's not what it's about, man. At the end of the day, everybody got their opinion and whatnot. I say it was a great fight regardless. And you know what? Thank you. And that event was wonderful, man. And if you got it again, if you do it again, man, I'm gonna try like hell to be there. And I suggest everybody out there do the same, man. You meet some great people, man. It's nothing but love. Nothing but love in the building.
Well, man, if we get enough response, we'll see what we do for the Ward Kovalev. I mean, it's the best of the best, right? It's the best of the best.
No doubt.
It is a problem. It's in Vegas. Even I don't do Vegas, so hopefully we can find this thing out ASAP, and we can all save for this one, because it's going to be difficult. That's what I was telling my guy, but he wants to make it happen, man. He's out there in Cali, and he's willing to put it all on the line. So you know, he's definitely just like MC Shan. Just like Shan, he's a supporter of the show, man. And tell your father I said what up. Thank you for coming out.
I know he's listening.
Oh,
shout
cool.
out to Dad, Frank. You know what I'm saying? But
Frank fell asleep on the couch.
Brother.
Frank fell asleep on the couch with all that alcohol. I had to go wake him up. Right away, we start talking Keith Thurman. Oh, man. Shan, man, thank you again, brother.
Him, man. He's 60.
Yo, he looks great, too. Wait till the pictures and the video come out. Nobody's going to. Now that they heard you say it, I didn't even think he was that old. Wait till the pictures come out. Hey, Frank, keep doing your thing.
That's what I kept saying. He don't look it, but
no,
he's it, man. He's it. But you know what I'm saying?
All right, brother. Have a good night. Let me get to some other callers here. 703, you're up. Who's this?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yo, this is Taco from Arlington, Virginia.
What's up, brother? Talk to us. First time caller?
I was at first time caller. I was at the fight last night.
Damn, hold on. We gotta do this all over. We gotta give you the intro. We gotta give you the first time caller intro, and you gotta be more enthusiastic. This is the first time you're calling in. All right? Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
It's Taco from Arlington, Virginia.
All right, what's going on, brother? So you were at the fights last night?
Yes. First off, let me just say that I have never listened to a podcast until I listened to your podcast about 3 weeks ago, and all I've been doing is listening to all your old episodes. And I haven't gone back too far, but you know.
Yeah, don't go back too far, man, because you know we are rough around the edges. Don't go back too far. But if you want to find some gems, though, if you do want to find some gems and some long. You know, alumni callers that call in every once in a while but been around for years and years, then you know, take a ride into the abyss of what is TBV's
right on,
episodes.
Right on, man. I just want to say I appreciate what you do, and I'm a big fan of the show. I'll always listen to it. I'll always be a follower. And last night, man, that fight was amazing. I'm 33 years old. I've been to a few fights. I was at Mayweather, Maidana. I've been to some DC fights. And I have to say that last night was the best fight I've ever seen live, and probably always will be, because for me, it doesn't get any better than that. Two guys going at it, no one backing down, you know, highly skilled, very athletic, good power, and at the prime of their careers. You know, they didn't make us wait 5 years. You know, they gave it to us now. And yeah, that's what I got, man.
Listen, I want to say thank you so much. I know you just found a show a couple of weeks ago. That's amazing. Just the fact that you're going back, we love you for that. The fact that you've already called in so soon. You know, we've met people this week with our appreciation night ceremony that they've been listening for years and haven't called in. So credit to you, man. We appreciate you, and we hope that you call back.
I will, man. Hey, is there a group page or anything like that?
Is there what?
Is there like a Facebook group page that you guys have?
Yeah, we have everything.
Like that where, okay.
We have all social medias. We have a like page on Facebook. Everything is the Boxing Voice, spelled THA, Boxing Voice. We're on Instagram. We're everywhere. Periscope. YouTube. Everywhere. Everywhere.
Man. Word. Cool, man.
Thank you,
man.
brother.
I'll let you get back to the other callers, man. Thank you, and you have a good one. Take care.
You too, man. Man, it's about time. But you know what? Guess what? He watched the fight too.
What's up, man? Yeah, I just want to say I saw the fight too.
Stay focused, stay working my dad. You know my fundamental. Like Boxing Voice.
If it comes to fight, I'm going to have to look for it right now.
I saw the fight too.
I think you accurate.
Yes. I hope you hear me loud and clear. I'm sorry for the echo. I was at the beach. If you hear my voice is raspy, it is because of the fight yesterday. It was a big, major, epic event. This is like the biggest week I ever had in boxing. And like I said at the party, this is the closest you get to boxing. It is the Boxing Voice, and that party was amazing on Friday night. My weekend was like I was on vacation. I met people who were here from Dubai, people who were here from California, people who were here from Indiana, you know, others that came from all parts of New York City to gather around and have hors d'oeuvres and drinks, unlimited drinks. It was a great time. And then see them again at the fight and then meet them again afterwards, like part 2. So I wanted to say that. And then jump into the fight, man. I got Porter, so if you want to give me Crow, give it to me. I'll accept it. As good as pot as whatever. And I know in boxing they say, yo, he lost, but he won the crowd. In this one, it was official that for everything Thurman did to Porter, Porter followed up, and vice versa. So, just coincidentally, there were 2 listeners sitting right next to me where I was sitting. So we had the good time to I'm not on Ethernet. We had the privilege. I had the privilege to score it with them and compare like what I thought at round per round. And the row behind us was pro Thurman. My row was mixed. So I had it 5-5, 10th round. 11 and 12. Officially, I will give mine to Keith Thurman. So he did win, but he did not win easy. Both those guys would give me the feeling that Keith Thurman gave me back when Floyd Mayweather picked Andre Berto. I think that Showtime Porter or Keith Thurman will give any welterweight a hell of a challenge. These dudes brought it, and I applaud them both. Ken Porter, man, you had me going in there, and you didn't win the crowd after the fight because of what you did. You won the crowd because of who you guys are, and I appreciate you guys being part of the show and inviting the Boxing Voice to you guys. This is a competitive sport, so of course people are brutal and pick sides. But yeah, Keith Thurman won it. He was the better man, man. I love this fight, man. love this fight. It was the best fight of boxing yet.
So you are giving it your fight of the year. In your opinion, this is fight of the year candidate, at the very least fight of the year candidate, because
I want to give it the fight of, I'm trying to find it. Don't jump the gun yet. I want to give this the fight of when we went into 2000, that was the millennium. This what fight was better than this one?
But I mean, how are you ranking it? Like in terms of the best versus the best, or just like?
I think this was like there was no ducking. There was no ducking, man. Shawn Porter, Keith Thurman, both threats during. Well, you know, everyone was looking at Keith Thurman as the biggest threat to Floyd Mayweather. Yes, or am I wrong?
Still is.
He still is, in your opinion.
Listen, I'm starting to look real good. I remember a bunch of fights ago. It's on audio. I hope somebody's a fan enough. Someone's fanatic enough that they could go find it when I said that Keith he's gonna be our generation's Mayweather. I'm telling you, Mayweather's hanging it up, and this kid, he's too smart, man. Like, I don't know. That's why one of our topic is Keith versus who, right? And no one has said that. No one has said, "Yo, I want to see him versus
Danny Garcia."
No,
Danny Garcia, Kell Brooks.
No one has said that they think he's gonna beat.
But
like
no,
about it. No one has.
Can I say something?
That Brooke is gonna beat him.
No, but see, the phrase cherry picking was started when, like 2013, right?
It ain't just start, but
no, it didn't just start. All right, well, pardon me, but
social media took over.
Yeah, social media, glorified that phrase, right? Cherry picker. Both of these guys did not cherry pick. One claimed to be duck, the other fought whoever, right? And then they meet each other. They didn't say, yo, before I fight him, I'm going to do this so I can make some bread. The other, they fought each other. So, yes, both of them are a threat to Floyd Mayweather, I thought. But, I mean, I didn't think Shawn Porter at once. But now that
Shawn is a threat, but listen.
Danny Garcia is
check the chat. Got to get on. 623. You're up.
Yo, ¿qué pasó, Ness?
What's going on?
Man, I thought the fight when the best fight the best, nobody loses. I thought Porter could take this with his head up high. He lost, but hey, I mean, it's all right though. I thought Thurman looked quicker, Ness. For some reason, he looked much faster than I thought. And so yeah, I thought it looked good. I had the same like you, 8-4. And with the Porter thing, someone was saying should he leave his dad. The way I look at it is that Porter's issue, a lot of the stuff is with the basics. And the thing is, he kind of has like a Tim Bradley thing where how much can you really improve? And they got a certain type of body where even though Thurman's bigger than Porter, or he might be only an inch taller, but he just seems, the way his body just seems longer. So it seems like when people were talking about Porter, when Porter ain't using his jab and all this and that, you got to remember Porter's body is more compact. So the only way he can do any work is to get in and get through the body. So, I mean, you're going to eat some left check hooks if you keep doing that. So I don't know what Porter could do. I mean, he got to improve the basics a little bit, but that's pretty much all I got. But it was a great fight. That's what we need to see. One of your callers said that they need to keep it rolling, and I totally agree. Thurman needs to keep it rolling, and Porter needs to keep it rolling. So we get more life, man, because it was great last night.
Absolutely, brother. Thanks for calling in. I think that they will, but again, we live in reality. Thurman has a mandatory he's got to deal with unless he can pay some step-aside money for a big Danny Garcia unification in Vegas.
Who's that mandatory?
What?
Who is that mandatory?
The dude that beat Shane Mosley. Let me get why'd you laugh? I want to hear that casual thought. Why'd you laugh?
That didn't give me a name, so I'm like, who is that?
Exactly.
First thought, who is that?
Exactly, but who is this? Our next caller up.
Long Beach in the house.
Hey, what's up, guys?
JP, what's going on? Long Beach in the house.
Oh man. Hey, first of all, man, y'all got to come.
90
West, man.
seconds.
We showing y'all too much love. We show up strong on the show every week. We buy them shirts. Y'all got to make it to the West.
Well, we trying, but remember, it takes a lot of planning to do an event like that, and to be out of state doing it is a bit more. I mean, shit, I was nervous for this one, and it's right here. Imagine all the way over there.
I hear you. But you know, reach out, you know, and if we got to come up a little heavy on the finances on our end of the thing, I'm sure the callers will be willing to do it. But firstly, man, I like to say, you know, that fight gave the PBC or whatever affiliation that had to do with it a lot of momentum going into today. And we have Frampton, Santa Cruz, a lot of momentum. So if they're smart, they capitalize, grab the bull by its horns now, grab the skillet while it's hot, all the phrases you could think of that says they need to build on this. Now you have Thurman. Thurman is kind of like he's sitting on the throne, you could say, at 147. So now it's time to like run the gauntlet, man. It's time to put him up against Danny. And now you can like actually turn Thurman into a superstar if you push forward. And right now, with the momentum, you can make this guy a star. As far as the fight goes, man, you know, I was the guy who was saying Porter's a football player. And I don't want to disrespect him like that because that dude brought it. But when you think of fighters that fight in that seek, destroy, swarm style, Porter does check some of the characteristics, but he's missing one. Some of the characteristics he does have of a fighter like that. Now, he's the bob and weave swarm style. So that's more of the Frazier, Mike Tyson type, okay? But any of these guys, firstly, you need to be more durable than your opponent. Check that box for Porter. You need to have a hell of a chin because with that style, you will take shots. Check that box also for Porter. But unlike most of the dudes that you can think of, and I'm sure you can think of some, but they will be needles out of the haystack. They usually have the heavier punch. They have the equalizer because, again, they will take the shots, but the give and take is that their shot is going to hurt you more than your shot hurts them. And that's what Porter doesn't have. You know, he has all the other characteristics. He has the faster feet because, like a fighter like Manny Pacquiao, you have to have the faster feet also. You lack as far as being technical and all your skills, you lack there, but you have the durability, the chin, the athleticism, and usually the punch that can turn the momentum of a fight in one punch. And that's what Porter doesn't have. And that's what, you know, against the elite level guys, he's not, even though he may be more bodily strong than a guy like Keith Thurman, he doesn't punch harder than Keith Thurman. There's a little more zip in those punches of Thurman. And I think, like on the telecast, Gus Johnson wasn't giving any love to the shots that Porter was landing. It seemed like they were kind of trumping Thurman, in my opinion, because Shawn did land some good shots in there. But it was, you know, at this level, things are happening so quick. It's like Matt Kellerman phrased it as high-speed chess. When you fight two elite level fighters at this level, it's high-speed chess. You can barely see where these punches are landing because it's explosive in those moments. So, but yeah, man, that's just my critique of what Shawn Porter's lacking. And then for that style, you have to have the equalizing punch that changes the momentum of the fight because it's a given that fighters are going to box and try to counter you because they know what you're doing. And that's what I got, though, man. Happy you guys back on, and you have a good night.
Thank you, brother. Thanks for calling in, as always. JP from Long Beach. So casual, man. Just any experiences from last night, man?
Yeah, man.
Around a lot of people, man. I still had to work. You was actually around people, and then you know you went out after the fight, and there was a bunch of people that had Porter winning that you were with.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, not crazy that they chose him because it was a hell of a fight, like the caller just said. It was a chess match. You know, one guy did three things, and the other guy had an answer for that, and vice versa. Yeah, in the building they booed Shawn Porter. I mean, Keith Thurman. But, you know, people I spoke to who watched it on television, they were like, yo, I mean, even on Twitter, I saw a tweet that was like, yo, if you picked Porter, man, unfollow me. So I still haven't watched it on television. But it was a pro Thurman crowd, and in the end,
I watched it on TV, and I had it 116, 112. Let me get out to these streets. 407, you're up.
Once again, cut me off.
Yo, you got callers, bro. You come in.
Keep going. Don't worry, keep going.
Casual comes in. It's 10 o'clock, and wants to get it all off his chest when his 40-something callers still waiting. Caller 407, I guess you just want to listen. We're going to move on. Casual helped you with that. 856, did we get to you?
Yo, it's Chris from Jersey. Long time. That's what's popping, baby.
What's going on, baby?
Ain't nothing, man. You know, just busy, living life, man, taking care of these kids and shit. I just wanted to call. I seen the event, you know, on Facebook. I just wanted to give you a shout out, man. You know, you got the best boxing podcast out. You have for years, man. You know, you're down with your callers. You give them time. You do things like have this event, man. I just wanted to give you props, man. This fight was great last night. Next time you have one of these things, I'm gonna be there 100%, man. I'm gonna be there 100%. I wish I could have made it. I will say, bro, I did pick Porter. It was a very, very close fight. Last night as I watched it, I was a little bit lit up. I had Porter winning by 2 rounds. I watched the fight again today. Thurman won the fight. A couple of real close rounds that my heart. Last night I gave it to Porter, but it was a clear Thurman victory, man. But most importantly, man, the reason I called him is just to give you props, man. The podcast is amazing. Callers are amazing. You know, the guys that you have on for years. You know, I'm gonna call more. I'm gonna make it a point to listen as much as I can, and call in as much as I can. Because I've been listening, man, and I've been following you probably almost 2 years and following the Boxing Voice, and it's really a family, man. It's a family of dudes that call this show. And I mean, you got people coming all across the world to come and chill and meet and unite for boxing, for this thing that we love. You know what I'm saying? So, and you facilitate that, fam. You know what I'm saying? You facilitate that. And, you know, I know it ain't easy. I can't imagine. You know, we all out here living our lives. You got a wife, you got kids, you know what I'm saying? And you do all this to bring us together and give us this content. Like somebody called and was like, this is, we almost look forward more to the Boxing Voice than we do to the fucking fight. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a special thing, man. And, you know, keep up the great work, man. And just God bless you, man. We'll keep it moving, and you just keep up the great work, brother.
Who's this? Chris?
This is Chris from Jersey, baby.
Oh, Chris, what's up? Yo, is that the producer? The producer cut out on me. Producer cut out on me, so none of the names are stored anymore. But I'm listening to the voice, and I'm like, man, this must be Chris, but not 646 Chris. It's Chris from Jersey with that beautiful black car. Yo, thank you for calling in, man. I'm gonna get to some other callers. I appreciate you, man, and I appreciate you thanking us for what we do, man. It goes a long way.
Another thing about the Boxing Voice, it is definitely the post-fight place to be. So there's definitely the post and the pre. And Chris, you should get Crow for not showing up to the party, living in New Jersey. Right?
He was from Jersey, but nah, I know Chris. He's got a couple of kids, and he's
If you got a pretty black car, you got them wheels to get to New York City.
Yeah, that is true. Can't say
Crow.
I can't say he doesn't. The event, the night, the weekend, Porter, Thurman, they lived up to it, man. It was great, man. I wish everyone could have made it out. Yo, you know what's sad? That I couldn't find the fight on TV. I had to really watch it on fucking line. This is stupid.
I thought I recorded it. I thought I had every boxing event. I got Solo Boxtel recorded.
Yeah, even I had Solo Boxtel recorded, and then they record the other fucking PBC, the one that nobody even watched, the Roach shit. But that dude was good, the Loach or whatever. I can't even pronounce his name. He beat up a Ronnie Shields fighter on Friday night, I believe. It wasn't even the Fortuna card because they got fucking a Dominican fighting in China. Like, I don't even understand what's going on with boxing. At least they got it right Saturday night, and I hope they're listening. They see that we know what we want. We come out for what we want. You know, I'm hearing this Broner Pacquiao thing. What you think?
I'll watch it. I think Pacquiao's past where he used to be, and he can prove that I'm wrong. And I think Broner will probably go to the next tier of his career if he beats Manny Pacquiao.
Man, it would be pretty entertaining, right? I mean, Broner would
entertaining.
Let's get to some callers. You're blocked.
Joey Cuevas.
Yeah.
Yo.
What's up?
What's up? Who's this?
My name's Shiloh from Upper Michigan. First time caller.
Oh man, you had to, yo. Next time, anybody listening, if you're a first time caller, that's the first thing comes out your mouth. I'm gonna play the intro, baby. You're gonna have to do it. But give me some enthusiasm. Aren't you happy to be on? You probably been waiting 2 or 3 hours to get on, and you're gonna get on here with no enthusiasm. Let's go.
Pump your chest.
Making his professional debut.
Yeah, what's up, Boxing Voice?
Your name.
What's up, brother? Talk to us. Talk to us. Shiloh?
Yep, Shiloh from Upper Michigan.
All right. So what's going on, brother?
I've
What's
been
on your
waiting for a
mind?
couple hours. I didn't think I was gonna get called on. My bad.
Everybody's getting on. Everybody that's still there, keep waiting. I'm getting to you. Press 1 if you're still on hold. Go ahead, brother.
Appreciate it. Appreciate this whole podcast. It's awesome. I just started watching it last couple weeks. It's the best one by far I've been watching online. It's dope.
Thank you, brother.
But that fight, see what happens when the fighters fight in their prime. Thurman and Porter, both of them fighting in their prime.
And no one loses when they fight in their prime.
I believe, like, when fighters do this, we could possibly get trilogies.
Very true.
The Maypac, that could have possibly been Maypac 2 or Maypac 3.
Instead, we got Timothy Bradley 3.
Yep. But he's right. He's right, because I don't think anybody would be upset with Porter Thurman again. Like if Porter, if Thurman went on to unify with Danny, that's a big Vegas fight. And then Porter, unfortunately for him, he's got to go rematch Kelbrook, but he beats Kelbrook. Then it's worth it to rematch Thurman.
And those are the names that are thrown out there. That's why there's not a rush for the rematch. Those 2 names you added to the equation.
Okay. What about Spence? If he wins his next fight, is he in the picture?
I mean, I would assume Spence would be in the picture, bro. Everybody likes Spence right now. Everybody is they're high on him. So they want to see him in there with anybody just to see him prove all the hype.
Definitely. Another thing is, I really hope Amir Khan was watching that fight last night, because you could have took some notes from Porter of how to take a hit.
Yeah, but you can't avoid.
Porter took some good hits.
Sure did, man.
So did Thurman. I saw the highlights, man, and both.
He kept taking it good, man. It's like he knew it was coming, but he took it anyways.
Did Porter look nervous rounds 1 through 3 to anyone that watched it on television?
No, man.
I don't think so. No, he came out good. He gave away the rounds at the end, I believe. Like, I think some of the rounds he had won, then you gave him away trying to get the KO in the last 20 seconds. And I think that's when you got connected with those hooks.
Yeah.
Well, all right, brother, man. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for finally losing that virginity, and now you're no longer a first-time caller. We appreciate you. We're gonna get to some other alumni. Thank you, man. Thank you.
All right, thanks, man.
All right, we're gonna get to some alumni. I met this guy. We were supposed to get up, Info Joe, but now it looks like we headed it your way anyway. But Info Joe in the building also was at the event. It was a pleasure meeting you, man. You and your wife. Thank the both of you. You're special people to TBV. How are you doing today, brother?
Hey, Ness, I just want to say, man, I'm a little hoarse right now, man, from the whole weekend, man. I'm chilling with y'all mostly. Hey man, my wife, man, was kind of apprehensive. Like, man, you don't know them. You know, I know them. I feel like I know them, but I never met y'all. And I got to y'all, man. Y'all are hey, y'all, to all those who missed the party, I just want to say you missed a great event. Ness, I give you much props. You and Casual and Vic and James, who and shout out, man, the Monster Peace, Steve, Kareem, the brother there with from the Bronx with his pops. His name is Frank.
MC
hey,
Shan.
Man, shout out, this is Info Joe. Hey, I love y'all, man. I want to, hey, y'all the best, man. Y'all treating me like family. Shout out to Monster Peace's husband, cooler than a fan. Hey, if you're listening, man, I want to see you again, chill with you too, brother. And I can't forget Patrick, man. He, man, such a cool big brother, man. He sat with us at the, he bought my ticket, Ness.
Oh, that's awesome.
He sat next to me, man. We chopped it up about the fight. You were listening, Patrick, man. Shout out to Pat from Brooklyn. And he brought me and my wife beers all night, man. What a cool brother, man. I love you too. Ness, you're genuine, man. People who are just listening and don't know Ness is a cool cat. We partied, we drank, we got drunk, we danced, we talked boxing. Ness gave away awards. His buddy brought his friend together to get proposed to his wife there.
Oh yeah,
that was good.
That was amazing.
People together, man. Shout out to Kid Chocolate, man. Hey, y'all, Kid Chocolate, face to face. Hey, man, he cooler than a fan too. But Ness, much love from above, man. Now let's get to this the fight, man. Hey, there are no losers. I said this was a 50-50 fight. I gave Thurman the edge, and he did that. And Porter has no reason to hold his head down. And I think he's still top 10, top 5 welterweight. And Ness, I love you. I love y'all. I love New York, man.
Yo, Joey was just on here saying the same thing.
Oh, forget, man. Shout out to Joey, man, in the Scarface white suit, man, at the
Joey was in the Scarface. Yo, Joey is a straight G. He got oh man, he had the glasses on
Joey
all
got money,
day.
Man. I said, Joey, how you get way up there in the front, Joey?
I know he was over there with Danny Garcia and them.
Mikey Garcia.
Yo,
hey,
it's
y'all,
crazy,
I
man.
traveled all the way from LA for my first time, man. And the next
I remember
time,
you now, Cole. I remember you now. I recognize your voice.
To show up, you will not. Your money will not be in vain, man. It's well worth it, and you'll be chilling with amongst other fans that are like-minded, whether we agree or not. Because we argued in there, we laughed, got drunk, and it was all beautiful, man. It was beautiful. The best boxing party that I ever been to in my life. And in LA, we have a lot of big boxing parties, but you guys are true heart. You know what the difference was? I was with hardcore fans.
Exactly.
Hardcore fans.
Yeah, I remember.
That's what made the big difference.
I remember when we did it. I remember when we did it in Robert Ortiz's spot in Vegas, and I got that feeling. I never had been around so many people, like live that knew boxing. Because even when you go to a fight, the people around you don't know the sport. It could be somebody's wife, her wife bringing your wife bringing her friend, and no, we're in that room.
Yes.
In that room, we knew each other. We knew we were intelligent. We knew we were knowledgeable about the sport, and it was beautiful, man. It was great. I'm glad you came, Info Joe. Look, casual fan want to talk because he just now, your voice is just clicking in. You see, that's what I'm saying. I answer all the emails, so I know everybody. Your voice has clicked in now, and now he's down to talk.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask you, man. Like the drinks were unlimited, weren't they? And you had a good time, and the food didn't stop coming out. And then Kid Chocolate shows up. It was a beautiful town,
man.
Great time, man.
Hey, and it's gonna be bigger, man, next time because you look at the new callers that you got overnight, man.
Yes.
You know, so
and another thing, real quick, not to interrupt you. most of the people that showed up, a lot of them were like, yo, I never called the show.
No, so many people that didn't call the show. It was funny. Shout out to Bruce, man. He should be calling in.
I walked into Barclays and people was like, yo, Casual. I'm like, yo, what's up?
Yo, I even got a little bit jealous. Yo, me and Casual together, somebody walk up to Casual. No. Actually, I ain't got to get jealous because I brought the dude to you. But when he walked up to Casual, he said, yo, I watched the fight too. And I just turned through my head and I said, damn, this dude got a catchphrase now. Casual on fire. He got a catchphrase.
Yo, I made it to the floor. I was on the tier before the floor, and I was trying to get down onto the floor because I saw a fighter. I wanted to ask him something, and this dude was like, "Yo, Enrique." I did not know who the dude was, and he gave me like the little secret hand signal. I followed it. I went down. He gave me dap. In the dap was a ticket. The usher let me through, and I got to meet the boxer. And he was like, "Yo, can I get a picture?" Yo, it was a special night. And another dude came up to me, "Yo, Cash. Yo, I'm shy. I don't call the show, but I identify with you. Like, there's perspectives, hardcores. I know they did research, but I'm like you. I don't research, man. I just watch the fights." I'm like, damn, I appreciate that. I didn't know whether to believe him or not, but I felt real good, man. I felt in tune with the people, man. Like this show's catchphrase, the voice of the people. We are the people, man. I appreciate everybody.
For real, we got together,
Ain't
man.
nobody fucking with the boxing voice.
Yeah, Joe.
Blank.
Joe, man, let me get to some other callers. Thank you so much for coming out, man. I truly appreciate you, man. Thank you, bro. That was amazing, man.
Michael Jackson glove from Memphis.
Yo, that's Dollar DiBiase.
Dollar DiBiase.
Yo, dropping them that fire beat. You already know, man.
With the Michael Jackson glove walking the Barclays.
Yo, they was like, yo, why you got the glove? He was like, you better check out the beat. I'm the fire producer.
I deserve this shit.
DiBiase, yo, and they was loving him in New York. Yo, listen. Let me get to this caller. It looking like 215. That might be JP. I'm just not sure he gonna show up, the politician that is, to eat his crow for all the garbage he been talking about this fight. 215, you there?
Yo, it's Brian, man, from New Jersey.
Brian.
I got a 215 number, but it's still. You always say JP when I call.
Yeah,
him.
because he JP.
Brian.
We gonna have to change his name from the politician to JP the hater.
Yeah, JP the caller misser, or the JP that's missing out. But
that's
anyway,
missing
man,
out.
hey, he ain't around, but I'm here. And last night, I don't care what nobody say, man. That was a tremendous fight. All right, I sound kind of young, but I'm 51, man, and I'm telling you, that is one of the greatest welterweight fights I've seen in a while. Those guys from the beginning, they was exchanging blows. Keith Thurman got the first round. Shawn Porter came back and got the second round. It just went back and forth. When I got to about round 10, I had a 5-5 at round 10. And
Me too.
Keith Thurman just was getting the crisper shots. And that's what got it for him. And the reason that the crowd went for Porter, because Porter was just expending so much energy to get inside and push the fight. And I mean, he got caught with some shots, and I was like, oh, he gonna go down. Because even like the first round or two, you seen them legs buckle, right?
Yes, yeah. Twice.
I've seen that leg buckle.
And you've seen them legs buckle more than once.
Twice, the most.
Remember, if you looked at the post-fight conference, even Keith Thurman said, I buckled him or I hit him with something hard at least one time, all 12 rounds, whether he won around or not. He caught him with something. And then there were some rounds where I thought Shawn Porter was winning it all the way, and then he would get caught with something from Thurman toward the last 20 seconds, and then that's all you had in your mind, and that's why I really think Thurman won it. And if you looked at last week when I called in, I can say, remember, I don't eat crow, and I called the fight 116-112. I was off by one. Because I thought Thurman was going to drop him. That's why I wanted to give him an extra point, but it didn't happen.
Caller, I have a question for you. You think Thurman and Danny Garcia will be a highly competitive fight, or do you think it's an easy Thurman fight?
Hold on real quick, caller. Hold on 1 second. I just got to deliver some special delivery crow to Monster P's boyfriend. I don't want her thinking or him thinking just because he's first time caller, he don't get to eat that crow. It's tradition around here.
That's right. I've been listening for years. I might be one of your oldest callers. I just don't call in a lot, but I'm gonna start calling a lot so you guys know who I am.
We need that knowledge, man. If you older than us, you've seen more than us, you probably know more than us, and we need you to pour that down upon us.
Oh, this is Monster Pieces, man.
Man,
no.
Oh, my fault.
I actually did some amateur boxing when I was in the Army. I'm retired from the Army. I was 22 years. I was a paratrooper, jumped out of planes, went to Iraq, all that shit. But I've been a boxing fan. I boxed in a couple boxing smokers, did well. Then they put me in with the big boys, and then I went back to being a fan again. So boxing is serious. And I wanted to comment on this too. Ness, I remember watching when you did the little fight with Shawn Porter, and I was like, all right, Ness, you were smooth. That's what I was like, okay, you was moving like a bit, and you were smooth. Your feet looked good. And I kept looking at the Joshua Brazil fight, and I was like, Brazil's footwork is worse than this. Brazil's jab is worse than
stop
this.
souping me up, because let me tell you, when we sit in my living room, I'm asking my boys, I say, yo, do my body look like his? Because if my body looked like his, kill me.
Dude,
man, he sat on that stool.
I was watching the fight, as soon as I was watching the fight, because I know, like, okay, Ness is a big dude. For me, just listen to the fight. What are you, like 6'5", like Big Cat, right?
Yeah, 6'5".
Yeah, I'm 6'2", and I'm in pretty good shape for an old cat. You know, I got abs and everything.
Damn.
But what I'm saying is, you got a diet. But I was looking at the fight, and then something, I don't know why that video you and Shawn Porter got in my mind, because I was looking at Brazil, and I was like, Ness looked way smoother than Brazil looked shaky. Remember last week I said, he's going to look shaky, he's going to be leaning over, he's going to look clumsy. Oh, and this guy had to have been the slowest heavyweight I ever seen. Did that guy not look like really slow? Because Joshua is not that fast. I think Bomb Squad is faster than Joshua, to be honest.
Bomb Squad!
And Ness was waiting for that one.
I'm rolling, but Joshua is something for real. And another thing real quick before I get out of here. Did you hear that rumor about Fury and steroids? Was that crazy or what?
It's a fake. They put out a comment already saying
it's got to be.
Yeah, they saying they can't wait to fight and be tested.
In July?
No, October. The fight got pushed back again. What they trying to do is, I think what they're trying to do at this point is see if Vladimir Klitschko just says, you know what, I'm old already, I'm gonna just retire
Before fighting.
I mean,
without the second fight happening, you mean?
I mean, what the fuck? How many injuries is it? Who had the first injury? Was they both Fury, or is 1-1 now?
Oh, you right about that, because this fight, they getting on some David Hayes shit with this postponing for injury shit.
Yeah, you know I mean, is it like injury? I don't know. Maybe it was the first fight that got injured. I don't know, but look, it's getting fishy to me is all I'm saying. And obviously this is just me talking shit. This is no inside information. This is just me like, yo, what's going on? Now we talking October, like, you know what I mean? What's up with them belts? I always get afraid about that. I just want to know what's up with them belts. Every time them belts get in somebody's hands, all of a sudden they start getting, cuffed up under the bed or something.
Man, I really wish Wingy was here, because I'm going to tell you something, and you guys going to agree. Casual, tell me if you agree or not. Some English guys get those belts and straight hold those belts hostage over there in England. They not trying to lose those belts, and they not fighting nobody tough, but a couple of them European journeymen, and there's some great fighters from over there, but I'm telling you, that's what they do. They hold them belts hostage, because they know when they come to the United States, they're going to get them belts up if they fight a real dude. You know what I'm saying? So,
sure. Hey, listen, man, thank you for calling in. I really appreciate you calling in, man. We appreciate you. And like I said, continue to call in and drop that knowledge on us, man. We always going to need it.
All right, just remember your boy Brian from Jersey.
Brian from
Jersey. And you didn't go to the party.
Hey, man. Little by little, man. It's the first one, right?
It was a good one.
It was a good one, man.
Successful first one.
Casual's an animal, man. You guys got to catch Casual before he gets old because he's a party animal. He had that mic. He wouldn't let it go. And kept the show going, though. You know what? You kept the show going. Rafi, shout out to Rafi. He won the Thurman glove. What was the young lady that won the WBC shirt?
Oh, that was damn dude from the Bronx girl.
Shout out to Titan Media, man, for coming through. Like, look, I don't know anything about that level of videography, and Casual said that the company seemed to be doing a marvelous job, and you know that's his forte. So
they brought the tools.
We got one more, Casual. Let's see, you know, what's going on here with 917. You're up on the Boxing Voice. Who's this?
Yo, Sean Dew, man. What up?
Sean Dew was in the building at TBV. Appreciate. Yo, I just want to personally say thank you so much for coming through and partying with us. I keep saying party, but yo, it was definitely a night to remember, and
definitely was.
I appreciate you, man.
Sean Dew, thank you for offering me a free ticket, by the way.
I got you, my brother. I got you, man. Yo, it was a pleasure to meet everybody. First of all, let me take my crow because I picked Shawn Porter. You know what I mean? I gotta take that.
So good.
No. But yo, when the Boxing Voice says you're family, you are family, man. I felt so loved at that party, man. It was a great party. I met so many great people. Listen, my birthday weekend, today's my birthday, and I couldn't have it any other way, man. It was great. I was at the fight front row. You know, I got to see all the boxes. It was just, it was bananas, man. It was bananas, man. Casual, Ness, James. I really love y'all dudes, man. I'm definitely looking forward to the next one, and I'm gonna be there wherever it's at, man. For real.
Damn, that's what's up.
Yo, happy birthday, Sean Dew.
I know. You should have said that. We could have got that on camera, man.
Yo, what's crazy is Sean Dew was giving me his number because he was offering me a free ticket, and I spelled his name Sean like S-E-A-N, and the last name Dew, right? He's like, nah, it's Sean Dew, one name, C-H, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, Mr. Unique, dope, man. That you will always be remembered because of that moment.
I love, man. I love that you showed up, man, because yo, you guys don't know. He doesn't call in much, but he's been around forever, man. That's what I'm saying about them emails, man. So I just appreciate you.
One other thing that the people who did not attend probably don't have this vision, but every person that walked in, they had like different background look, different culture. You know, one guy came in looking like Steve Jobs. I thought he owned the place. You know, another guy came in with like this collar shirt and all buttoned up, and you know, a dude that looks like he won't even hang with us, but is in the building loving us and shaking hands.
Joey was in a three-piece suit. Steve was in a three-piece suit. Yeah, it was amazing.
Dude was in a Guayabera with the hat. You know, it was.
No, I know. That was Joey Boy.
Raphael with the T-shirt and the shorts.
Bruce came through with the TBV apparel, just like Andre. It was beautiful, man. It was beautiful.
Somebody came through. I forgot his name, man, but he came with his pops.
Shout out to who, Shandu?
Yeah, shout out to Peter Quillen, man. He showed love, man. I took a picture with him outside, right? And I had one of the sandwiches in my hand. And he like, yo, this thing got a sandwich in his hand. I'm like, oh, my bad, man. My bad. No disrespect. So we took the picture, man. He's a cool dude, man. He showed mad love. It was bananas, man. It was bananas. I can't wait for the next one.
Man,
you know,
dope.
Yeah,
it was a really good weekend.
Yo,
it was a good weekend.
Yo, we had some minor mishaps, obviously because of the venue change. Like Erickson Lubin got caught in traffic. You know, people seen him at the fight though, and they checked him like, yeah. Couple of fans was like, yo, why you wasn't at the event? He was like, nah, I got caught in traffic. I told Ness though. So man, next time is only gonna be bigger because now once this video is out and people see exactly what it is that we did, you know, and they see that we're not here to bamboozle people. We're here to bring our friends together, man. Instead of doing
with
this
top shelf drinks free.
Exactly.
For
We here to
real.
bring us together, and also, if you get hungry, be able to eat, and if you want to have a drink, be able to drink. I mean, people need to do the math in their mind and stop thinking everyone's trying to abuse them. We had a great time.
Man, it was nothing but love.
It was.
Nothing but love, man, for real.
Yo,
and I don't even party like that. You know what I mean? I
me
don't even party like
neither.
that,
Me
you know?
neither, bro. I don't go out. Yo, I haven't been to a club in like since 2010.
But it wasn't like that. Still, it wasn't. It wasn't like that, man.
I mean, Gil had his wife. I mean, there was plenty of people there with their wife. The lounge environment was the perfect fit. Shout out to Casual again. You guys don't even understand how connected this dude is. It's amazing. One day you will. There's gonna be a documentary on him. You'll see.
Sure. I want to send y'all gloves to get all your autographs. You know what I mean?
Yo, that's dope. Get it early, man, because it's gonna be worth a lot.
Real.
Believe me, I know that. I know.
Yeah, Shandu, man, it was a pleasure meeting you, bro. Pleasure.
Well, man, I want to thank you again, brother. I'm gonna go ahead and move on, but yo, can't wait to see you again, man. Catch you at the next one.
For sure, no doubt.
Yeah, man. My God didn't let us down. The event was wonderful. We met beautiful, beautiful people. I mean, the women too, right? Like the women that came, they knew boxing too.
Yes, the waiters were beautiful as well.
Yeah. That Israeli chick was dope. She was. Everybody like was in love with her, but the service was wonderful though. When did you ever have to ask for food? Like it was always
no. In the beginning, I was a little nervous because I was like, yo, where's everything? Where's the drinks? But once they got it together, like at 7 p.m., it was nonstop.
Yo, and let me say something else. Even the bouncer, right? Remember, my best friend comes in super late. He wants to talk the Cuban stuff with Pete before he does a proposal. And the bouncer is the one handling his car. You know, same thing with the DJ. He hooked the DJ up. You know, shout out to Casual again for pushing me to get the DJ, because the DJ showed up late and I was about to cancel his ass. But damn, when he started playing that Panda,
yeah,
the boxing conversations got a lot more excited. Everybody was happy. Shout out to Rob, man. You were talking about, you know, just never assuming or believing that we would be hanging out with certain cultures and or just the way that people look. I mean, it was just crazy.
Not that we never, just that they, you know, your friends look exactly like you when you roll out.
Exactly. You wouldn't think of that. And we had every culture. I mean, it was Mexicans there, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, Hondurans,
Canadians,
everything.
You know, the reason why I say that was because the place itself was really open to the public, the front part of it. The back belonged to us. So people were walking, and I'm like, all right, I think this guy's going to the wrong. I was judging. No, he was part of our party. You know what I mean? So that was the throw off, man.
I'm gonna show some pictures, just a few, because the photographer just sent it over this afternoon.
And Andre,
what shot you want me to look for? Because I don't want to,
you know, a good one, man. I just not the funny ones of me, like, you know.
Yeah, they've been ripping you on a few of your pictures though. This just was one round of shots. Look at all these shots right here. Is it showing? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's showing. Yeah.
Glasses just right there.
Shots.
Yo, shout out to Abe, man. He doesn't like to get spoken of a lot, but that dude is a drinker for he takes back some
I know Abe.
No one's business. I gotta show this one. Oh, you can see it. Is that one showing too?
Yeah, Joey and his cousin.
This is dope. So this is how we should do it from now on. You could do a slideshow. You see that one?
Yeah. You see, and look, I thought dude on the right with the sunglasses, I thought that was Cuban Jose when he showed up just off of looks and jumping to conclusion, like that's what a Cuban Jose would look like, but it's not.
I'm not even gonna say dude on the well, we're looking at the photo on the left, right? But on the right with the glasses, that's Robert the Genius.
Yeah, that's cool. But what I'm saying
I can't believe there was so many listeners there that didn't call in that knew this guy, and he hasn't he's been part of the show forever, but he hasn't vocally been on since like 2012, dude.
Yeah, he told me.
So shout out to everybody. Look at that. Let me stop because this is just too dope. Look
this
at
dude.
Robert.
Yeah, I thought he was like the owner of the place.
Chris. Oh man, look at James.
Jameson.
That's it. I'm not giving y'all no more. Not no more. Next time, come losers. Hey, so what are we gonna talk about before we get up out of here? Because it's about that time. We've been giving them a lot of time. We're going on 4 hours live. Am I
Yes.
still sharing? I need to stop sharing. There you go.
Yo, people think I'm on like steroids. I'm not.
Oh yeah, man. Casual got a bunch of comments about him being on PEDs because his arms.
The first dude that saw me was like, "Yo, I thought you was skinny."
Hold on. We got a 503. I think that's 503. You're up. Who's this?
Yo, what up, man? It's Jose from Oregon.
Jose, what's up, man? You know I know that number.
It's all good. It's 503, baby. But hey, anyways, I just wanted to, comment on the fight, man. I just want to say it was fight of the year, in my opinion. It kept me on my toes, man. I didn't really have a dog in the race, but I thought Porter was going to win. Oh, but if you want, man, you could serve me up some crow. I need 2 servings for Brazil and, Porter.
Brazil.
Yeah, man, but as far as Brazil, man, all I'm happy is that he came to fight. I'm happy that he tried to win, and he tried to go home with a W and with the belt and show his American, spirit, and he showed it. So I'm a fan of Brazil now. He is better than Charles Martin's gay ass who took a dive, but it is what it is. Joshua moves on, and I'm interested to see who he fights next. And as far as Porter and Thurman, dude, I just want to say it was a great fight. Man, you guys in New York, you guys had a great show, man. I mean, god damn, I really wish I was in New York, yesterday with you guys hanging out and damn, dude. But yeah, man, it was a great fight, and I'll keep it nice and short. And thank you for having me on.
Thank you, brother. 917, you're up. Who's this? I think that was Shandu, right? Is it Shandu? 917? 917? 917? 917? Okay.
Yo, the dude from Elizabeth, Andre, shout out to him. He was the guy that sat next to me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he like coincidence.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, coincidence. Jameson and I moved. Oh, what's up? What row you in? 15. 15.
That's
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, so we were.
I got a request real quick from let me see. Is it showing anything? You can't see anything?
I see the thumb tabs.
Oh, all right. So they asked for the group shot. This is a one because we were early.
Yeah, that's the early one.
Yo, could you see the cursor too?
I see the cursor. See Raphael. It's on Raphael.
Yeah, Rafi, Shandu, Chris, Shane, Joey in the back getting covered, Robert, Frank, Steve, Casual.
Casual on them roids.
On roids. Oh, man. All right, so we ain't got nobody else. We out, man. We just want to thank everybody. We truly appreciate everybody who came out. Appreciate everybody. Continue to drop those 5-star reviews.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
Join us every Thursday and Sunday live at 7 p.m. Eastern Time.
Listen, stop thinking that just because we're not on YouTube, we don't do shows. Subscribe to us on iTunes. Nestor is a workhorse. And when I have to leave the state, I'm gone. And in order to hear the show, you're going to have to hear it on iTunes or TuneIn, Stitcher. But the show must go on. Stop thinking that because there's no video, there's no show. That's not the way it works. Tune in to Stitcher. Tune in with TuneIn app. Tune in with the Theboxingvoice app, which you can get on the store. And that money will go to Beeb so he can continue living off us. You know what I'm saying? But I don't care because I just want you to be able to listen to the show.
Hey, and by the way, Beep still follows the Theboxingvoice, guys. So, he knows what's going on.
He should call in.
He should call in. Indeed. And like on the pictures, don't just be a ghost follower.
Yo, did you watch the fight too, Beep?
Definitely did.
Let him call in. Yo, listen, man, I have no bad blood. I thought he was going to be in New York City because he always wanted to meet Ken Porter. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was going to be there. So
everybody who showed up, man, that was an awesome contribution.
We're all adults. You know, we live and we learn. We have differences, and we move on. You know.
You asking him to come back?
No, I'm absolutely not. I'm just saying he could totally call if he wants. That's what the phone is for.
Right.
You know.
But he won't.
Of course not. Why are you taking shots?
No, I'm just curious. I'm just having a good time, bro. That's what this show is about, right?
You have to be clear because if you're not direct, then it'll.
I wasn't doing anything.
Neither am I. I'm just being clear. Neither am I.
No, I was just saying whatever. But there's a phone to rebuttal, right?
You did enjoy yourself though, right?
Oh shit, yo! I felt like I was on vacation. Yesterday, Saturday.
What was your best part of the appreciation night?
The best part, man, when the DJ came in and put that music on and started dropping these sound bites, these bombs, these bells, and we.
Yeah, he was on point with the bells and the sound bite. He came with a whole arsenal of sound bites. I thought we needed our soundboard. He was.
I thought we did too. That would have been fun if we had the Mario jump and all that stuff. Yeah. But no, you know, it was so good that it happened so fast. Like before you know it was 4 a.m.
What was the name of the DJ? That's DJ Hollywood. What's funny is, yo, I grew up with this kid, and when I go to introduce him to Peter Quillen, they already know each other. It was hilarious.
Right.
But, you know, Hollywood's doing big things. He's part of Heavy Hitters. He's on 105. He's on Cyrus or Sirius, however you pronounce it. So shout out to DJ Hollywood for supporting the event, coming through, and definitely cutting it up for us.
10 Degree is the name of the place that we were part of, and in the neighborhood, Alphabet City, Lower East Side in New York.
For sure. So, I guess remember,
call me now.
646-478. Whenever you guys want to get it off your chest. Shout out to the boxing guys for giving us Thurman Porter. Shout out to Ken Porter. Bygones be bygones. Shout out to Keith Senior.
Yo, you definitely got to shout out the dude. Damn, I mean, my day was so long and went and I rode with him to the end.
Oh.
The dude, I think his name is Abe. I don't know if that's right.
Yeah. Talking about the one in the picture?
Nah, the dude with the batteries.
The batteries.
The charge, the electric guy.
Oh, Aaron. Shout out to Aaron for yo, he didn't want to take no pictures. You seen that? There's no
I did not notice that, but Aaron's the freaking man, dogs. You know, we rode to like 4:30 in the morning. Dude complimented me crazy. Yeah, my self-esteem definitely went up 10 points from the event.
Yo, Aaron,
on the show.
I just want to say Aaron is a special thank you. He was the winner of the first ever TBV fan experience that we did to Las Vegas for the Broner versus Porter fight. And then he just came through to this one. Is dope. I wish he would have brought his friend. It was since we got to meet. I already felt like we knew him or whatever. But, you know, shout out to Aaron for coming through, supporting. He ain't take no pictures.
Yo, another thing, man, I had a moment with our co-host Jameson while we were walking into the Barclays Center. He's like, yo, when I first went on the show, I didn't know how to open up. He told me what he did to open up, and I felt like, you know, I can open up now because but he opened up to me on how he opened up on the actual show. And that's a special moment again this weekend for me, because I officially never really opened up, but hearing people come up to me and saying, yo, I identify with you. I don't call, but I identify with you because of who you are, because of how you come out the gate. I felt like, you know, I'm opening up the right way, and I ain't even there yet. So when I get there, you know, all the panelists, they are nice, and I can't help but compare myself. Yo, when I get there, you won't know. But I'm almost there, and I'm not gonna stop till it gets right.
Yo, we gonna make it. We gonna make it. We
like, what's that other shit? Damn, talk to the.
They love this, right? When me and you just go late night, they always like, yo, thanks for the extra. I'm like, what the fuck they talking about? And then I remember that we had this regular, normal conversation.
Right.
Strategy.
green belt. Who won the green belt? Joey's cousin from Indiana.
Joey. Yo,
Joey
and,
Bar-
yo, someone tweeted me. Shout out to that tweet. I know you know. I don't know it off top, but at least you know I read it, right? He was like, "Yo, Ness, I hope one of the real fans won the belt and not just a random dude that showed up to the party with someone." And unfortunately, a random dude that showed up to the party with someone won it, but he
fair
was
square.
Yeah, fair and square. He won it fair and square, but he was generous enough to say, "Yo, I'm gonna give it to my boy Joey for bringing me out here."
That's like winning a Grammy and giving it to somebody you thought really deserved it.
Yeah, look at that. Andre saying that people behind you guys recognize your voice and James' voice.
Yeah, people behind us was like, "Yo, you guys from the Boxing Voice?" Yeah, it was a very special night.
I've never been stopped this much in my life.
I've been stopped.
People came out. That many people came out for boxing. Like those 12,000 was probably our 12,000 hardcores out there.
Yes.
Yo, I never been stopped. Them like, you know how many pictures I took last night? It was ridiculous. You said you're confident. Hey, I wanted to work out.
Yeah, it was a great night. It was a big night. Like
big night.
It was appreciation dinner, and I said it there, man. Yo, you could be ringside and feel close to boxing, but on the Boxing Voice, that's close to boxing. There's no closer to boxing than this show right here, man. And I think I said it. Nestor was not my friend when I first got on the show, doing me a favor, put me on the show. We talked about something totally different, and it wound up connecting to boxing, and here I am 15 months later. Thank you, Nestor.
Yo, everything happens for a reason, baby.
And, and I was a key too, so yeah.
What?
I'm a key. I'm a key, meaning like, you know, I'm a part of the show, bro. As a key, like I can be used, not in a negative way, but I can be used. Like I'm I don't want to big myself up too hard, but yeah.
Oh, you rambling now.
Nah, I was gonna use the word, but I didn't want to go there, like blow my horn or whatever you want to say.
It's all right. Listen, you should be feeling good, Casual. We had a good weekend. We had a great fight. We don't normally get, you know, this level of opponents. So someone said, "Hey, I took Joe's call already." Okay, that was later. I'm sorry, Joe.
Casual key. I'm a key player, man. You could say, "Yo, we need this," and I get it.
Casual been drinking and saying in the chat. I know before it gets more obvious, we're gonna cut out. But he hasn't. He's been at the beach all day.
I was at the beach. No, the thing is, this from Friday, I feel like I was in Vegas. That's how big this weekend was. Friday, Saturday felt like Sunday. You know, people buying drinks, drinking. Of course, I was drinking, man. It was a freaking good ass weekend, man. Big party, successful weekend.
Man, thank you guys, man, for tuning in. We owe you an Ali show. So whenever Casual and Wingy are ready, and James, so am I. And also, I owe somebody an on-demand show. So you know I do. So I'm gonna get on that.
Masterpiece.
ASAP. That being said, I am out.
Me too.
Later.
Me too.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy.
Peace.